up, everybody?
What up?
Welcome to the first of many list videos coming up, because it's the end of the year, and this was a cool idea David had. It is going to be cheers, buddy.
Yeah, you can't drink. He has to drive.
It's gonna be
I need ice.
5 artists that we've just heard this year, got into this year that we absolutely love, and basically it's 5. For me, it's 5 fairly new artists that you should all be checking out. And what is it for you? How is your list based?
Most of them are 5 new bands that to me are new.
Yeah.
They may not be newer. They've had some of them have 2 or 3 CDs, but most of them they've been out for too long, and I just never heard them. Or I've never I've heard of them, never started listening to them, and then I finally just started listening to them, and holy shit, some of them are fucking what the hell? Where have I been?
And so after this, we're gonna have our top 10 of the year list coming. And then
that's a mention.
I wonder if you guys want to do this. I know Zach and I are going to do it. Our top 100 of the decade list, 2010.
So this is like a March to summertime to figure that out. That's a lot of albums.
There's a lot of albums.
I don't know if I've had my top 100 though for the past
10
years.
I guess would it be 2010 to 2000? Well, it couldn't be 2000.
So I would start it at Korn 3 because that was the first album of 2010 that I heard that was new because I was in Iraq during that time.
Yeah.
So I would literally that would be my number 100 album, and I would start it there. But yeah, I could see. I mean, oh man. 10 years of albums that came out. I mean, I don't even remember. I remember listening to bands that came out with albums throughout the 10 years, but I don't remember which bands. So that would be, that's like a 3 to 6 month kind of planning for me, especially because I got stuff.
Yeah, that's going to require a little bit of advance notice.
I'm for it. Now, don't get me wrong. I am all for doing list stuff. I love talking about everything.
Yeah, me and Zach came up with this idea about a month ago when I think Pitchfork released their 100 of the decade, and then Consequence of Sound released their 100 of the decade, and it was complete bullshit.
Right.
Me and Zach were like,
billboards?
Not necessarily, just, garbage. When you have the latest Tom Waits album at 93, we're gonna have some problems. Like that to me. Easily top 5 of the decade. Easy.
Yeah, I mean, 100 is a lot, and you're talking about spreading it between 4 of us.
Yeah, there's gonna be some long videos. It's gonna be,
it's like a 5-hour video.
It'll be a Zach video. It'll be a me video.
Yeah, I can do that because then since I can.
You can structure it. What we do is we go ahead and do the whole list. We compare our lists, and what you do is you can spell out the list, show everybody. You can go through the list real quick, and then we hit highlights, and then you can have in depth about different ones.
Certain every 20 bands down, you have you put that number 60. You'd have someone who actually has a detail to it. My first 10 would be this.
You don't have to go
this is the reason why I put this person here.
Of 100 bands, even for one person. That's a long ass video.
I could talk about it. 8 hours, all of it.
Easy. So today's video is basically top 5 bands you guys should definitely check out.
You should definitely check out that we've recently heard, or that may be new. Y'all might have heard of them.
Yeah, I think the oldest band on my list, release-wise, I believe their first one came out in 2015.
Yeah, mine's 2010.
But it's all fairly recent shit on my list, and so the way we're gonna do it is normally when we have a little co-op countdown list. It'll be you, and then I, then you, and then I, and then you, and then I.
And when we look at Josh and be like, you got any word on this? Nope. Okay.
Josh is here.
Last 10
Chilling.
last 10 years?
No, we're talking about just 5 recent
Five
artists
bands
that we're really
that we either
into.
recently got into that have been around, or
Oh,
that are
recently
recently
got
new.
into.
Or they're actually new.
Yeah.
Because there are bands like my tastes have changed over the years. So there are bands I didn't hear 10 years
Yeah.
ago.
In the past how long?
This just recently.
Yeah.
Just
What's
whatever.
recently though?
Well, I
recently,
mean,
1 year, 5 year, 10 year.
well, with you and David, it can be whatever you just started checking out that you really, really like.
Yeah.
Whether the band could be 10 years old, you know.
In the past couple of years, like, Ghost would be one for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but Ghost's been around actually a lot longer.
Well, but that's.
They weren't popularized until the last couple of years, though.
Yeah.
But I can totally agree with that one. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
they're
I can-
one of my favorite rock
I
bands.
didn't even think about that. I was like, yeah,
like,
Ghost
right
is-
now. Oh, definitely one of my favorite. In fact, a lot of my favorite shit right now is a play on the satanic stuff, and there are 3.
There are theme bands like Ghost.
Is it 3 on my list that are a play on the satanic thing?
I wonder if we can guess. Ghost is 1.
I know
No, 2 are.
Arbor or Ardor.
Ardor.
Zeal and Ardor.
Zeal and Ardor is
Is
1.
that on there?
That's all.
Okay,
Yeah, that
we're
was
getting it.
on mine. I was
All right,
like,
Zeal
yeah, I was
Ardor.
like, wait a minute, yeah, I have that one.
After I heard it, I was like, dude, that shit's awesome.
Yeah,
That is fucking
Zeal and Ardor is
awesome.
Fucking amazing.
awesome.
So, all right. Let's go ahead.
I'm trying to think what his are.
Let's go ahead and start the
Mine
list proper. What's
Okay.
number 5 on yours, David?
All right, so mine number 5. I recently found them. Probably last year's when I heard them a little bit, but actually just recently, like the last few weeks, been listening really heavily. Is King 810.
You sent me that guy,
Look,
and you know
I
what?
dig the shit out of it.
It's not bad.
The
For
new-
some like metal and rap kind of stuff.
It's weird. It's a little unique to me because what it is so when the first song I ever heard was "Heavy on the Heart" or something like that.
Oh yeah, that. Think while we're talking.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, it might take a minute. So I think it's called "Heavy on the Heart" or something like that, and it was a badass song. I heard it on Sirius XM like a year ago. Right, it was their last album, not the newest album, but the last one, the same. And I was like, man, this is fucking pretty badass. It has a good flow to it. It's dark. Like, it wasn't like this heavy, like, speed song. Like, a lot of their stuff isn't real. I mean, it's heavy, right? But it's got a lot of heavy, I guess, environment to it. It's got a lot of, like, this all-around kind of darkness to it. Like, you just feel like, damn, this is, like, some deep shit. And the words, lyrically, they, I mean, it's to me, like, this is why I called it gangster metal, right? Because lyrically, I think they're from Michigan. Yeah, they're from Michigan. And, lyrically, it's all about, shooting thugs and it's like, it reminded me of if Tupac or, Biggie was like, hey, let's do a deathcore metal band, and they were white. So, and they're like, lyrically, I'm saying lyrically, I'm not saying like they sound like that. They don't sound like that at all.
It was interesting. It's probably nothing I'm really gonna fully follow, but
Right.
something that's pretty new.
And it caught me off
really
guard.
interests me. It's like
Yeah.
this is an interesting sort of metal and rap style.
I like stuff when it comes out and it's different, and then not everything they like. I've listened to their whole new album, which.
Yeah, I checked out a couple tracks after you showed me the guy. I was like, all right.
Oh no, I got their.
Yeah,
so their newest album is called Suicide King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I listened to a couple tracks off
a few of the songs on there are just man, this is really cool shit though. Like, it's got rap. He doesn't like. He's not a fast rapper. He's just a heavy. Like,
yeah.
It's heavy. Like, that's all I can say about it. It's a real heavy kind of sound to it. When you listen to it, it's dark. I mean, he's talking about shooting people, cutting heads off, and it reminds me of something like how Insane Clown Posse kind of does stuff. They're gimmicky. I mean, Insane Clown Posse is obviously more of a gimmick kind of band, and it kind of gives me that gimmick vibe to it. I don't
Like
know
horrorcore?
if they do what.
I guess it would be a
Horrorcore.
new kind of version
not
of
as much.
horrorcore.
It's a different version of it because it doesn't sound like when they rap.
like the
it
new-
raps
Is it
like
more
metal.
campy horrorcore, like more ICP, less? Unlike
It's more like Grave
Eminem's
Diggers.
more of the dark.
It's more like Grave
horrorcore,
Diggers.
and
Like more
ICP is
fucking-
the other end where they're more campy,
Yeah,
cartoony.
it's way more dark. It's more like
Yeah.
Grave Diggers.
So
Yeah.
it's closer to more of Eminem style, where he's much
I
like.
guess it's not as good as Eminem. I mean,
Hey, we like Eminem.
The guy raps in a certain flow, but it's slow. It's more like reading poetry.
Yeah, it's almost more like talking heavily.
Right. He's like, I came at you with my Glock and then and it's just this kind of flow. It's like a steady kind of flow. It's slow.
He's
It's
like
not.
Stitches.
He's not trying to show off his lyrical style. And like I said, but how the guitars come in, like they're heavy guitars. They're probably like they're just like, and they're simple. Like it's simple. Like
It's like your classic
drop
new
beat.
metal fucking
No,
rap.
I wouldn't even say like there's
No,
not
it's
like a
not
new
like
metal
that.
vibe at all. Like some of the music has an industrial tone.
Right, and
Oh,
each
I
song
think you go with
yes.
like more of a heavy metal with kind of a slight
It's-
rapping
yeah,
lyric.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
think of like
It's
if
an
you
interesting
took
sound.
how deathcore is nowadays. Like like Whitechapel and bands like that, and then slow it down. Like like it is deathcore at its heart, right? It's a deathcore metal band,
Yeah.
but it's like deathcore and doom kind of style because it's so it just
slow-
has
it's
this slower.
slower.
And there's a couple
Yeah,
songs
doom
that they
style.
do speed up and they have some speed to it. And like I said, so I was listening. I heard one song off Suicide King, and I started listening to it. I was like, damn, man, this is fucking pretty badass. And I like stuff like this. It's nothing I like always go back to, but I'll listen out for them. Like I said, I've heard some of their stuff off their last album, and it's pretty good stuff. Like they have Never Coming Back Again, which is probably one of my favorite songs, because he talks about him being in this gang of sorts, and he's getting out of it. He's never coming back to it. He's not coming back to the killing and the murder and the drugs and everything. And it has a deep message to it without saying a lot. And the sound of lyrically, yeah, that's what I got out of it. But musically, it's really cool. Like it's just kind of like this real cool kind of vibe to it, and I like a lot of stuff like that. So yeah, so my and they only have like 3 albums. They have some EPs out before
That's
that.
the new metal in us.
So
We loved
yeah.
all that hip hop, like Slipknot, and
Yeah, and it's not
turntables
fully
and
hip hop.
stuff.
I mean, he does rap.
We
like I
love
said,
that
but-
mixture of genres that really just kind of you just don't take one
Yeah,
old.
and this,
one
I'm a
cla-
huge
one
fan of new
scene.
metal, and I guess this would be like kind of like
Evolution.
an evolution to
Evolution.
actual new metal. Like we're fuck Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
We're out of that shit. Let's do something.
Yeah,
a
because new metal was
little
like
bit-
it took everything and put it into one. This one where it focuses more on
right,
one more
and
than
it
the other.
makes. Let's just say it's a more artistic version of new metal,
Nice.
and that's how I would see it.
Yeah, it has
And
a little more. It has a little more cred to it.
Right.
Like when like new metal was first coming out, and it had some like real artistic credibility before it became oversaturated with the bro shit.
Yeah, I mean, before it became Limp Bizkit and
Yeah.
Edema and Mudvayne and stuff,
Yeah.
you had
Well,
stuff like Korn.
It
And
was like Korn with like Ice Cube and all the rappers working with them, all the rap groups and them.
still not as cool, but
Well, of course. I mean, you're
but-
never
so
gonna be as
this
good
is
as them.
this is my
Well, these
my-
guys are going to be doing shit with Ghost Man. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, so-
Migos will do a track with these guys. Like this, it's 2019. It's a whole different world.
So I mean,
Two
as a
nine-
band, like I said,
19,
they've had 3 albums, and I'm a fan. There are a lot of people that hate this band, like as much as they hate Attila, which is a very hated band if you don't know.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't get. I dig Attila,
I don't
but they're
really-
a gimmick. They're another
I don't
gimmick
really
band.
listen to them that much.
I've never checked them out.
They are. They don't. They're a. They live off of how much people hate them. That's how they fucking. They are the trolling of metalcore. Like they're the trolls of metalcore because they don't give a fuck.
Are they like the Lars
They-
of metalcore?
so- They came out with so this is off. Attila came out with their first album, and people hated it and they took that hate and they're like, all right, let's roll with it. So they started putting on the fucking caps. They started rapping like literally like speed raps and all this other shit in their fucking music to metalcore, hardcore metal music, right? And they don't care, and they sing about nothing. Like
Somebody's buying their album.
pineapple on pizza is one of their things. People are like, I hate that. You know what?
I
I dig it. enjoy the
I like
hate
pineapple on
and
pizza.
take, and that's how, and they're still, you know how that's how they stay popular though. People don't understand that they're just making Attila more popular because they're talking about it.
Well, it's like
and that's what they're doing.
It's
They're
like
like,
Eminem
look,
ICP feud.
it's like, yeah, you may not
Yeah.
be buying our albums. You're buying our albums. Why? Because I want to hear the new Attila and see how bad it is. Guess
Exactly.
what? You're gonna buy.
Dumbass, you
and
just
it's
gave him
not
money.
that
Good
bad.
job.
You know, it's typical hardcore metal. I'm a hardcore metal fan. I like a lot of hardcore metal. I like a lot of metalcore. You know, I like some deathcore, but that's when you start getting really too heavy for me. Is right around deathcore. Like I can't go into death metal itself because I don't like Cannibal Corpse. I really hate. You get to that point. For me, it's like I'd rather you be an angry dude who kind of sings every once in a while than an angry dude who wants to kill everything. So that's the difference between deathcore and death metal to me. Is like you get to that point where you're getting into where I don't understand what the fuck you're talking anything.
I'm more of a 6 inches of blood kind of person.
Yeah. 6 Feet Under was
6
probably
Feet Under,
the
yeah.
farthest I ever went into
3 inches
into
of
death
blood.
metal.
Yeah,
and I was
3
like,
inches
They're pretty rad.
Yeah, 6 feet under. Yeah, that's about where
6 Feet Under was about, alright, I can't go any farther than this.
Yeah,
because I tried Pig Destroyer and I was like, I need to get back out.
He's still doing his song, but he does stoner metal too.
Yeah,
it's kind of
so-
stonery, yeah.
But yeah, so that's Attila, and you know, but so King 18 or 810 has been placed into that genre by a few people that I've seen, but for me, I personally enjoy it. And I want to keep listening to it. And I do suggest that if you kind of want to see something that's a little bit different, maybe not, I mean, I would say ease into it. Don't just full out and go listen to every.
Yeah, check
I mean,
out-
you can if
you
you
never
did
know.
it. Listen to the entire.
It's like I was the Eminem fan of the group
I've
for
heard
the
their
longest
whole
time,
new
and then
album,
these guys
yeah.
actually started listening. Like, hey, that's kind of cool.
dug Eminem for
It's
a
not
while.
that bad. I mean,
I
I like his
also
older
like-
stuff.
I
I
had my
loved
hair
it when
dyed
he was
for-
Marshall Mathers. I love the older stuff.
I dyed my hair. I almost got caught at Walmart for stealing.
I was
his
platinum
AKs.
blonde because of a girl I was dating. Karen made me platinum blonde. You remember that?
I remember that.
And then I eventually dyed my hair blue. Like fuck that. I went cold chamber. Went and dyed my hair blue.
Yeah.
But so are you? That's said about everything you said.
I think that's pretty much it. I think that would be my number 5. Go check it out. King 810.
They are worth checking out. It's
They're worth checking out. You
interesting,
may
it's
like
different.
them.
I'll check 'em out.
You may hate them. You'd be like, "What the fuck, Dave? What the fuck are you listening to?"
I mean,
But hey, look,
Go to
I
YouTube. Check
enjoy
it out. If you don't like it,
Yeah,
keep on going.
Go find
Songs
something else.
I would recommend. I want to say it's "Heavy on the Heart" or "Heavy the Heart" or something like that. Check that song out.
Is that a cover?
No, it's not.
I swear I've heard of a song called "Heavy on the
That's
Heart."
probably Mini.
Yeah, it sounds like
I don't know.
a classic
I know
rock
it's-
song or
it's-
something.
I mean, it's a lyric in a corn song.
If you know
over
what
their
that song is
shitty
actually
albums.
called, please don't call me I'm a dumbass. I just like, you know, and then I'm Never Going Back Again is a fucking, like, I think that's probably my favorite song I've heard by them, and I can go back to that song and constantly listen to it and still enjoy it. So those are 2 songs I think that you should ease it. It would ease you in because it's not too heavy, but it gives you this kind of like dreary feel.
Now, when did you get into that?
I heard the song Heavy on the Heart or Heavy, yeah, I want to say it's that. We're just going to say it's that. Last year on Sirius XM. I didn't really dive into the band though until recently, like the last few weeks. Because I heard their new album, their first couple
You're
songs.
like, hey, I heard of these guys. I heard them before.
Right,
Check
like
this out.
I've known of
Yeah,
them
cool.
pretty well, and I've heard their song, a song, and I was like, all right. And I didn't really have the motivation at that time to really go more into it. And then I heard a few songs off their new album, and I was like, this is fucking badass. I'm gonna keep listening. And I listened to that whole song for like, or the whole new album for like 2 days straight, and I heard it like 3 times already. And I was like, I enjoyed it. It's a good album.
Check it out. Like you told us about Suicide Silence. I checked them out. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're okay.
That's a little different.
Check them out.
The older
Suicide-
stuff is pretty cool. I checked out
Suicide
some of their older
Silence
stuff.
is weird because they took last year, or their last album, not their newest one. Their last album though, they
I know
their
their singer died a couple of years ago.
The singer had a motorcycle accident, I think,
Yeah.
or something like that.
That's a pretty metal way to go, though.
Right?
Pretty
He
metal.
went out with a,
A bang.
yeah.
That's pretty metal.
But yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, they're weird though because their first 2 albums are really deathcore. Like,
Yeah,
they're
I checked their old
screaming
stuff. They
straight up.
changed as the years go by.
They got the newer singer came from fuck, what was the band name? The guy from Seattle. I can't remember the name, but the band I was listening to for a while though, that they broke up. So the new singer came to that band though, and they decided their last album that they went new metal, like straight up.
Yeah,
like, we're
that's
talking,
what some of
there are
that's
songs
That's
on
what
there.
you gave me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that new. That's
There are
one I gave
songs
you.
on there
It's
that
newer.
sound like a Deftones song, and I was like,
Yeah.
What? This is not Suicide
He said that,
Silence.
check these guys out. I got their new album. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is kind of cool. Like,
Their
he gave me the
newest
CD,
album, they
like,
went back to being heavy again. I hear. I haven't heard anything off of it, but
So my number 5.
number 5.
Number 5.
Number 5 alive.
Five
Number 5
golden rings.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
It is Christmas time. My
Mine-
favorite time of year. Next to Halloween.
My number 5. What's the holy trifecta of
It
holidays?
is. You get Halloween, Thanksgiving,
Boom,
Christmas.
Boom.
Yep.
And then a bonus with the New
New
Year's.
Year's. Drinking
Oh,
and fireworks go hand in hand.
Yeah. But my number 5 is a band called Three Teeth.
Oh, yeah.
I've
See,
heard of them.
I was just about, because one of my lists I was looking at, you told me about, I checked them out. Yeah, that's mine too. That'd be on my list of 5, because that shit's
There we
fucking
go.
awesome.
He's adding it in there. Josh has an
Totally
opinion.
works. Totally works. Because check it. Like, all right, y'all know I'm the industrial nut of the group.
It's right there. It's up. 3 teeth.
Yeah, man.
There you go.
Been
That
a-
shit was cool. I was like, damn, that shit's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's what drew me in was I haven't really followed a lot of the evolution of or many brand new bands in the industrial genre because it all started to kind of try and just sound like Marilyn Manson, kind of, you know.
Everybody
or
wanted to
Joe.
be the mainstream Marilyn Manson.
The interesting, exactly, like the interesting.
That's why I love KMFDM so much.
Yeah.
They did not want to fuck. They wanted it to stay underground because that shit was great when it was
Yeah,
underground.
and like so the thing from industrial music just gets lost when every song is grindy guitars and stuff, you know. But there's so many different.
Repetitive.
Yeah, you know, like Marilyn Manson really helped make that style of industrial really popular, where people sound like Dope or dare I say My Ruin.
Boy, Trent Reznor's
Oh,
one.
hey, My
really,
Ruin, I haven't
Trent
heard that
Reznor's
in
one.
forever.
Usher is
Right.
better though.
But yeah, Trent Reznor's.
He's the one that brought it to the mainstream. Like, hey,
Yeah,
check these bands
him,
out. Him,
people like
Nine Inch Nails, all
Reznor,
that, all that to us.
People like Reznor and Al Jorgensen with Ministry and stuff, KMFDM, you know, they really brought it out to the masses.
Rammstein.
But yeah, Rammstein. But like, I haven't really checked out many new bands because a lot of them were just trying to go for that Marilyn Manson sound. And well, recently I was checking out Cell Dweller because you were showing
Yeah, I
me
told him about Cell Dweller. That shit from Adult Swim. That shit
and
was
I
great.
keep seeing Three Teeth pop up, and I'm like, well, let me see. Why does this keep popping up? And I check it out, and holy shit, they have
Unique industrial
three.
band.
Yeah, they have 3 albums. They just released a new one called Meta something.
I'll show you.
I got it up there.
She had 3 Teeth was her first album.
Yeah.
Meta War.
Meta War. That's what
Yeah.
it is. And
There's a shitload of fucking yeah, because then it has shutdown.exe.
yeah, Shutdown Execute is really good. The cool thing about Three Teeth is each 3 albums are completely different than the next industrial music wise.
You might like one album better than the other.
Yeah.
The other one's like, I hate this
the
one, but you'll love
first
one of them.
The first one's more machine-like and just slow and grimy and chuggy, and the vocals, the samples. That's another thing that a lot of people don't do in industrial that much anymore. Is these random ass like news or movie samples intertwined into the music. And so their first album was real chuggy and just real like rusty metal, you
Rusty
know.
metal.
Like old Nine
Yeah,
Inch
What does
Nails.
rusty metal sound like?
You know, like somebody's trying to fucking
Someone's in a fucking factory.
crank
just
some
cranking on.
gears and they're rusty as fuck. Yeah, that exactly.
Okay, so
something like
I
that.
get it. I can kind of
Fucking-
oh man, who was
Something
that?
like you would see. Whenever I hear this style of industrial, I kind of
I can see
always
my road
picture. I always kind of picture, like let's say Terminator 1 when it's showing the future shit,
Okay.
and I always kind of picture how
It's like some of the
shitty.
older Nine Inch Nails.
Yeah, how shitty that.
The machinery sound.
Yeah, just that
So
sort
like
of.
beginning Fear Factory, like when they first
Yeah,
started.
sort of. Yeah.
Was that like their first
but not
album
as
kind of
fast.
Fear Factory?
Not as fast like that, because this This hits a little more on the early industrial, where it's a little more experimental with the music. And then the second album,
Industrial, like literally industrial.
Yeah.
Like you're in an industrial complex. You're in a building in a
Some
fucking
old
warehousing
man
district.
about
And you
to
hear
die
fucking
off
machinery going
too much
off.
lung cancer.
Yeah.
breathing in the-
but their second album, there are moments that remind me of Nine Inch Nails. There's moments that remind me of KMFDM. Even the way he sings on a song or two reminds me
Night Hill.
of goddamn Captain K. And love the shit out of the second one, the Shutdown Execute.
It's like Lords of Acid.
No, it's nothing like Lord's
No,
That's
that's a whole
Sound,
different
not
genre.
the lyrics, but the sound of like.
no,
how
it's
it
not
sounds.
that sound either. I'm gonna.
Lords of Acid is more poppy.
Yeah, Lords of
There's a
Acid
lot
is
more
definitely
poppy.
a little more ravey.
Yeah, I got that pop rave
Okay.
kind of.
I'm
Well,
Yeah,
when I
sound.
hear rave music, I hear
Listen
like
to some
industrial
throbbing
metal.
gristle. Listen to some throbbing gristle, and then turn on like
the poppy rave.
Land of Rape and Honey. Like to me, the first Three Teeth reminds me of like Land of Rape and Honey era Ministry, with the experimentalness
Dark
of early
industrial.
fucking throbbing gristle in a way.
Just think like a dark, depressing warehouse you'd work in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's them.
It's
like
fucking. It sounds seedy. It sounds
Yeah.
fucking
dirty and dangerous.
Just like you're shoveling coal in a fucking in a steam machine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I picture
Like
it.
literally the idea of what you think the word industrial would mean.
Yeah.
Just dirty.
And then the
cheesy,
newest one,
chunky
I
stuff.
really like the newest one, but I don't play it all that often because guess what? It goes
It's
for the
more back to the
that goes
the
to
mainstream
the dope
and
sound.
the
Like it
more
almost
mainstream.
sounds like a good dope album.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I
If
like
I want dope,
this.
I'll go listen to
Yeah.
dope.
Right. It's like I like this. I love what you're doing, but
We already got dope. We don't need another dope.
damn, I really like the first two better.
I mean, there's a lot of things that Dope did. I mean, Power Man 5000 Dope sounded a lot like too. So
And I
Yeah.
dug the shit out of them too. I mean,
Oh, I love V for Vampire. That's a good
Fucking-
album.
yeah.
I mean, shit. But
mean,
yeah,
they're-
definitely Three Teeth, and the lyrics follow kind of standard industrial shit, like being part of a resistance against your against oppression and government. I mean, it's standard industrial kind of shit if you follow that genre. But definitely, if you're an industrial fan, I know a lot of people. A lot of people don't like them all that much. A lot of people have called them tryhards. But I'm like, these dudes. Yeah, so a lot of what you're hearing, they've taken from the older fucking version of the genre.
Anything
But-
nowadays, somebody's already done. Just about.
Exactly.
right, and when you finally hear something that's kind of like this is kind of new, but kind of not.
You could
like,
probably find somebody who did it before.
Yeah.
But these guys might have did something different or made it better. I mean, you gotta give everyone a
These
chance.
dudes are like the
Like,
first ones that really got my eyebrow raised, being like, oh, right. some
Especially in a
cool-
long time of
In a
all
long
this
time.
industrial music we've listened to, KMFDM, Nine Inch
Yeah,
Nails,
I've still just been
Rammstein,
following the
mainstream
same guys
stuff.
for so
Here's
long.
somebody we haven't heard before, like, this is kind of different.
But are they gonna stick around? Is what you really
Well,
want.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
one thing.
Which is why you're
Some of
saying-
these bands might pump out 3 or 4
And
albums
this is
ever,
what
and that's it.
this album's or this video I think is kind of for saying, hey, watch out for these bands.
Yeah, there's a possibility they might.
Yeah.
You might see a lot more of them, or there's a
You
possibility
might never see them
that
again. Even it's,
you'll never see them
they're
again.
not one-hit wonders, but,
they're worth checking out. They're
bands
worth checking
nowadays
out.
don't last as long as some
But
older bands.
definitely, if you're an industrial
It's so
nut,
sad.
check out
Yeah.
Three Teeth.
I mean, you can't. Everything's been done. It's hard to do, especially in the age, like you said, the music video,
Yeah,
internet.
we don't have
Shit
MTV
goes so
anymore.
fast now.
Yeah.
You're popular this week. Next week they forgot about you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's different. I can do one. Ailstorm. 'Cause see,
Hailstorm.
until you got me into them, I never heard of them before. I mean, I love that shit. But when you got me fucking from the grave
If
to
it's
the
power metal, it comes from me or Travis. That's pretty much
yeah, if it is
I was black and death metal when
massive,
you guys met me.
massive,
I was the Cradle of
fucking
Filth fan.
just
when
folk
they met
metal
me.
fan all the way around,
Right.
like all the way. Like the other one I showed
Actually,
you the other
I'm
day, Windrose.
Yeah, well, see, that's on my list too.
Sound
Windrose.
like Windrose.
And I looked that shit up like, oh, because I remember I actually saw this video
That's the
on
Dwarven metal
Minecraft.
band, right?
They're bad.
Yeah,
as
the Dwarven
fuck.
metal band, but it was based off a guy who's playing Minecraft. Who just on live stream was sick. He just came up with this random fucking song in his
yeah.
head.
And then he's like,
And
hey,
then
you want to
they made
cosplay?
a-
Let's cosplay.
And then the band made a song about it, and then these guys did a cover of that song, which does it amazing justice.
Right,
because
yeah,
one
I've heard
is
it.
Dwarven metal, and that shit. I blare it in my fucking truck with those 212s
It's
on
kinda
fucking
funny,
Mac.
yeah.
That shit sounds glorious.
It's kind of funny to hear people when you mention like dwarven metal
Metal.
to people, because then they're like, "What's dwarven metal. It's like, that's just
Well,
black
it's just
metal.
folk metal
It's
with
just folk metal with
lyrics about dwarfs.
Yep. And yeah, I can see that. Elstorm, you know.
Hailstorm all the way, massive Hailstorm.
Yeah. I mean, I
Elstorm is definitely a one of those bands that you can listen to if you want to smile.
Yeah,
it's funny.
They don't take it serious,
But
It's
on
funny,
a basis,
but it's very
I couldn't-
piratey.
Me personally, I could not listen to them more than once every few weeks or few months.
I can understand it, yeah.
Because
If you heard one song, you kind of heard them all.
I mean,
They're all piratey. They all
there's
just piratey.
so much pirate gimmick that I can
It's
just
just so
take at
piratey.
once.
That's the reason I like the new album, because like Mexico did not sound all that piratey. They had that fucking 8-bit song.
Yo, oh, Mexico, down to the south with the
But most of the songs were just these pirate
show.
chanty songs.
There's a
And,
point
yeah.
where you get to there and you're just like, all right,
Yeah.
I think I'm done for the year. I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to them next
Well,
year.
I can absolutely understand, because like
I'm listening. You can
listen
listen
to
to
their
Elstorm. Don't listen to them all in 1 week, because if you listen to it all in 1 week, then you won't listen to it till a year later.
I'll
or
tell
2
you,
years
that
later.
makes sense, because
Hailstorm
yeah.
made
Well, it's all
playing
just like a chanty
Assassin's
song.
Creed Black Flag so much more fun.
Yeah, you play any pirate game.
Sea
doing that shit.
Thieves, you know, go.
I
go
played
play that
Minecraft
with your
listening to
kid.
fucking Windrose. It worked great. You sit there chopping away. That's
Yeah.
what I love about music and games.
Elstorm has what 3 or 4 albums out.
I have them up here.
You
There's
have 'em all.
5, I think.
Yeah, it's got quite a few
I
albums.
got them all. There's like
So I got into
5.
them because the new album, because Travis played it. I was like,
Yeah, the
That
one with
we
the
played
fuck
Mexico.
You're a fucking wanker.
yeah. They had a few songs that weren't piratey, but yeah, all the
There are
piratey
some-
songs are very
There are
piratey.
some.
Same.
Sometimes I'll get this urge where I want to hear like a lot of different bands that are very gimmicky. Like I am a fan of Steel Panther. I
Still
enjoy
Panther's
the
cool,
shit out
yeah.
of Steel- when you're talking about fucking all the time, getting drunk and pussy and beer constantly, and then you're looking like
10-second songs on YouTube. He has a 80s metal band that is
Yeah.
fucking amazing.
And you look
Yeah,
like-
he's got a cool band.
I can't remember the name of the band. The 10 seconds to
Yeah.
fucking 10-second songs is a fucking man.
Yeah,
I love
those,
that guy.
those fucking
Yeah.
like Steel Panther is
I
is
love
one of
those
those
80s
is one of those
bands
bands
like
I need to make a playlist of gimmick of like fun gimmick bands like that, like Steel Panther, Elstorm, and I mean there's probably a few more that I probably can't.
Yeah, Bang Camaro. You listen to them?
No, never heard of them.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the guys who have like 50 guys on fucking stage singing shit.
Yeah.
Those guys are crazy. That's a very 80s
But like
campy band.
fun campy bands, like I need to make a playlist on because I think that would be fun. Like just some like man, I feel like shit. Let's play some Steel Panther, like
Psycho
Welcome
Stick.
to the night is
You
dawn.
gotta have Psycho Stick in there then.
Yeah,
Those
I
guys
love
are fucking
some
awesome.
fucking Psycho Stick.
Oh, that
Especially
new,
Christmas
The new
time.
Christmas song is fucking
Especially
amazing.
Christmas time.
And
Christmas
Rob
time. They make
Zombie
some of the
came
best
out like,
Christmas
that's
songs.
cool.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I tell you what, it's on my every year when someone's like, "I need a Christmas metal song" on the Facebook pages.
Rammstein.
I'm like, Red Snow.
Oh,
I love that Rom.
There's Red Snow!
Well, Tannenbaum is fucking
Rudolph!
so Rammstein. You
Yeah.
could have swore that was Rammstein doing it.
And they got Noel, and then last year they released the System of a Down, BYOB,
That one was so
but
good.
it was
Yes.
it was the Christmas version of it.
That
It was
shit
really
is
funny.
glorious.
So fucking good.
And this year was Rob Zombie's
And that
Noel.
was-
When Rob Zombie came out, I was like, that's cool. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
That's just
Nobody ever thought of Christmas and Rob Zombie.
Right.
That's not
So-
a combination you
So
ever
Three
think of.
Teeth.
Yeah,
All right,
so
I'll-
Three Teeth.
And
Highly
Hailstorm.
recommend
I'll give it a
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm, definitely, especially pirate metal. I mean, because you know, we're working through the metal genres now because we got fucking industrial.
Yeah, 'cause they're-
pirate metal, dwarven metal's gonna come up because
All right.
Windrose.
Like there's just a new branch of the
New type
folk
of
metal
metal.
scene. Fucking awesome shit.
It's pretty cool. It's becoming more popular again. That folk metal.
Yeah, and like it's fucking and we're still waiting on a new Teresa's album. It's been 6 years,
It's
guys.
power metal, but then it's actually a themed power metal. So you have dwarven power metal.
Yeah, it's power metal.
So you
with
still get
more
that
folk
if you like want to fucking go into
music
battle and kick ass.
Love-
You guys want to stay
Did
under
you
the
Teresa-
radar.
Teresa's
that
like
stuff.
the which one was the
Viking metal.
Viking metal.
Teresa's
Which one is
Viking
it?
metal.
It came out years ago. My buddy Mick would actually know this. It came out back in like 2005. It's a Mexican black metal band.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
I can't remember what it was.
It's like a bunch of luchadors.
Right,
fucking-
but it's a Mexican black metal band. It starts with a T, but I can't remember. I'll have to look it up.
We've probably heard it.
I mean, I know I've listened to it because, like I said, my buddy Mick actually, when we were hanging out back in the day, he started listening to it, and he, if he watches the video, he goes, "You dumb motherfucker!" Like he would know exactly what I'm talking about.
So what is your number 4, David?
Number 4, Lord of the Lost. All right.
You showed me them, didn't
Yes,
you?
this
You
is
did
a
show me.
gothic metal band from Germany. Okay, I recently
That
heard
don't
them.
get
You
more
did.
gothic
That was
than
the
that.
one that was really cool. Where
Right. It has this feel to it where it kind of reminds me of like what I said to Travis was it reminded me of Typo Negative in a way.
Oh,
It had
dude,
cool,
awesome.
the
deep,
guy has
very
this
melodic
really
voice.
deep bass.
He's got one of those unique voices.
Yeah.
Like,
nice, deep,
He's
and
got a
melodic
deep
voice.
bass tone, melodic bass tone.
I gotta
to his
check that out. That's
voice.
pretty cool.
And
It was almost like Rammstein meets Typo.
Oh, dude, that's
Oh, right.
awesome.
Right. I mean, it's such good.
That's two good
And
combinations.
the thing is that it has a good flow to it. Like each song, every song on the last album that I've listened, I think it came out in 2017 was the newest, was the most recent album, and I found it through Amazon Prime. I was just searching through bands or whatever, and I was like, Lord of the Lost, Satan. Why not? So I was like, okay.
We've done that
and
before.
the thing is,
Name sounds cool.
lyrically,
Check
it
it out.
sounds. I mean, I didn't know it was a gothic metal. Like I listened to it, and to me, like you said, it was kind of industrial. Had a really Rammstein-y kind of feel to it. And the first thing was though, as I heard his voice, and like it just had this really good flow. And I was like, Travis needs to hear this shit because I mean, it reminded me of Typo Negative a lot, just because of the guy's vocal style. And I was like, all right, so. And like it doesn't constantly go that, but each song does have like I feel that they're singing about Satan on a few songs, which is kind of cool. But it's kind of like if you like how I see it is I see it as like if this is the band that would sing at an orcs party in Mordor, like this is those guys. Like they're not power metal. They're just this industrial style goth metal band that just comes out orc style and just starts like singing about like what's his name?
Gandalf or some shit.
No, not Gandalf. Gandalf's a good guy. But Saruman or something like that. But,
Saruman.
So I mean that's just my nerdiness though. But yeah. So I mean this is probably like number 4 because I think that musically it's something I like to I can listen to it anytime. Like I'll have my phone on shuffle, and every time a Lord of Lost song comes on, I'm listening to it. Like I don't ever want to feel I change it. It's not like it's catchy or anything, because I mean, lyrically, I couldn't care less what they're singing about. It's just how the music itself sounds.
Yeah.
Like the music catches you, and you're just like, man, you want to headbang to it too, because it's heavy enough to where you're just kind of like, just straight up just headbanging. I mean, it's not like thrashing. Like you're not going all over the place trying to thrash metal, but it's a good listen for a good metal band. And then you don't get that a lot. Like nowadays, it's hard to find a metal band that can just keep you wanting to keep listening to them.
That's why I'm so into the mashup genres right now when it comes to metal, because like I think right now the most but even though they're more melodic death metal, but like the most standard kind of metal shit I'm listening to right now is I'm pretty heavily into Monomarth right now.
Oh yeah, pretty cool.
Which I've had a couple of their albums for over 10 years, but this year just started getting all their albums. And they're one of those bands I call them same shit, different album. But
You should check out Camelot.
But I like Camelot is badass.
I like Camelot.
Now, see, I like Camelot.
That's why I'm a bigger fan of the folk scene, where
Yeah.
anybody can say if it's a Nightwish clone, I'm all fucking
Yeah.
for
Which
it.
is
You
what
know
it-
what I mean?
Yeah, it's what it is. It is a
Nightwish,
Nightwish clone.
Within
Temptation,
fucking Leaves Eyes.
These eyes, like I mean, the black metal meets medieval style.
folklore.
Yeah,
kind
just
of stuff.
symphonic
folk-
metal,
yeah,
man.
folk
Just,
Yeah,
metal.
symphonic metal. Yeah,
just
basically.
all
what it
for
is.
that shit.
And that beautiful angelic female voice. It fucking makes this pops it off.
Not all of them are that good.
No, all of them are that good.
No.
There are some real bad
Not
ones.
all of them are that good, but guess what? I don't dislike a single one that I've heard. I can't claim to heard
Some of
them
the good
all.
ones, if they took like Trans-Siberian Orchestra and tossed in a female singer, that's what it is.
You got Phantom of the Opera.
Oh,
That's what it is.
That's
It's an
what you
opera,
did.
but metal style.
Yeah.
That would be cool. A metal Phantom of the
There is a
Opera.
real Phantom of the Opera.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, check it out.
Trans-Siberian did it.
Nice.
I don't know. They might have. They should have. I'm kidding.
That'd be awesome.
They did
That'd be pretty badass.
Toccata.
I'm pretty sure that somebody did a Phantom of the Opera. I know, like
They did Toccata.
Ice
the
Earth
one
did some
song.
shit like that too.
Um,
Ice Earth is another band that's real.
I have 4 albums by them now, and I still can't fucking get into them.
But you keep buying them.
Because I keep hoping. I keep hoping.
I like their one album where they're
I like
talking
the
about
Spawn
Divine
album.
Comedy.
I like the Spawn album, and I like the Horror Show album. Okay, but I think I have Something Wicked.
But there's nothing like dragging me back
I
to
have
them.
the very first album, but I'm not.
Nothing's like, I want to listen to this today. No.
Only thing I can ever really remember is, Ripper Owens sang for them for a minute.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah.
So Lord of the Lost though, like gothic metal, like that. I didn't even know gothic metal was still a thing.
Yeah.
Like you never know. Like I always thought, like gothic metal is one of those genres where it kind of blends in with so much stuff, and people blend it in with the industrial metal, and they kind of just throw that in there. And so, why do you call it gothic metal then? Well, it's because it kind of has that feel of what it talks about, along with industrial metal.
It's like how goth and emo get thrown together. The Vamp Kids, they're all kind of same-ish, but you're like there's distinct differences. Like how people say, some people think gothy is like The Cure.
The Cure is goth.
I mean, it's gothy, but then you don't think goth and think The Cure.
Not nowadays, but back in the day.
A lot of people nowadays think when they think goth, they think Cradle of Filth. I'm like,
That's goth.
I mean, it's gothy.
It's
gothy, but it's not even goth metal. It's black metal.
It's black metal. I mean, but black metal has a certain sound too, where it's.
But it's gothy
high pitched
themes.
screams.
It's gothic themes.
Yeah, it's more like black metal mixing with the gothic metal into
it. Gothic theme.
Yeah.
Because
but you don't equate The Cure and then Cradle of Filth in the same sentence. You're like, that's just two polar opposites from each other. These guys are kind of poppy and kind of sappy.
I mean, when it comes to The Cure, it's more like, The Cure is gothic, like Sisters of Mercy, or you gotta get in that '80s headspace when goth was really starting to come out there a little bit. Because even so, people call The Cure goth, but also they were the forerunners of the whole emo scene too.
Right. Yeah, because that really would be the beginning of the emo scene, because it's that kind of sappy, oh me, oh my shit, where gothies were just fucking, the world sucks.
I've been looking so long at these pictures of you, and I almost believe that the real...
You only had like 2 beers. Come on, man.
I'm pretty fucking buzzed.
Well, that's I got them. Those ones are a little bit stronger.
Those are 9s, man.
I know which ones to get him. I want him to be on my level.
I hate hoppy beer so bad.
This is an 8.2.
I can't drink, but I can do spirits, and I either do quick shots, like when I do Crown Royal, I drink like a third of a bottle in one sitting.
This motherfucker, man, he'll goddamn.
I'm a professional drinker. I just haven't done it in years.
But so you got anything more to say about
No, I mean, I would say definitely check out Lord of the Lost if you like a band that you like. It's good on the ear. Like that's what I'm saying. It has a good quality to it.
Lord of the Rings and Land of the Lost.
Lord of the Lost. But yeah, check them out. You know, if you want something that's just like I said, it's really
Lord
nice.
of the Lost
It's
or
a
Queen
nice.
of the Damned.
It's a nice sound. Yeah, exactly. There you go.
There you go.
Wow. Fucking fuck.
But yeah, so definitely.
It means the same thing.
Right.
Just the masculine.
Definitely check them out if you want it. Like I said, when I say gothic metal, it's just lightly saying that.
It is goth metal to me. It is fairly goth. There's industrial in there. It's fairly operatic. It's really really cool.
It's like Rammstein meets Cradle of Filth.
And the guy has such a good voice.
Yeah, the voice is what sells it for
Typo
me.
negative. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
The voice is what sells it for me. So
Travis,
my number 4.
Number 4.
I thought we were on Travis's 4. I'm already 2 sheets to the wind.
We're gonna finish my number 4 and then your number 4, and then we're gonna smoke a cigarette.
That's
and then
fine.
Come back.
I'm gonna smoke I'm gonna smoke a J.
Oh yeah. So my number 4 is this band got a lot of hype over the last year. Last year, my brother Zach found it because he started.
Good then.
He started.
Punk band.
We're talking about a guy who's in love with Green Day. I'm just saying.
That's why it's fun when we drink. That's why I gotta get some alcohol.
I'm pretty fucked.
Happy birthday, motherfucker!
Yeah, happy birthday,
We
Zach.
love Zach. My number 2 best friend.
So, Zach was learning how to throat sing.
Oh God, that's right.
And he finds a band called The Who. The Who.
The Who.
The Who.
Huge.
Not the Who, but the Who.
The Who. The THE.
And I actually found them, and Zach was like, "Holy shit!" So fuck him. I Facebooked that shit like a year ago.
So thanks to David.
Zach.
Yeah, David and Zach.
So anyway, they dropped their debut album back in September, and we never got around to reviewing it, man. But major fucking fan of this album. When they would be basically advertised, it would say Mongolian metal, Mongolian throat singing metal, and when you hear the album, it's not very metally. There's rock. There's
really not.
There's heavy stuff.
It's acoustic.
Well, that's what's great about it. Like they're using traditional Mongolian instruments, and it gives it this Eastern sound.
Think of playing metal riffs, but on an acoustic style instrument, not like an acoustic
Yeah,
guitar.
like rock music on these.
Unplugged. Metal
Yeah,
unplugged.
yeah,
Basically
game.
how I feel it. Because
And it's fucking awesome.
you got triplets and stuff like dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, but all it is like playing
The
on
heaviest song on there is the Chinggis Khan track. That one's the only one that really throws any kind of double bass in there, drum wise. But man, it's what I love about this album is the droniness. I'm a big fan of melodic drones instead of just like riffs, where the music kind of flows and it's like a little ocean. It's a little wavy. That's why I'm a major fan of Typo Negative, because their music is filled to the brim with melodic drone music, where it's fairly mid-tempo or slower and just great melodies. And man, it's gonna be on my top 10 of the year list, because I have played it out, but I highly recommend checking it out. It's called the Gurg. I can't pronounce any of this shit. But I mean, yeah, we're Asian, but you know, I'm as Asian as Shang Tsung, dude. And I
It's
look
pretty
like him,
Asian.
too.
You do look like
Well, you know,
he's got more hair.
not necessarily.
He's
I'm
digitized.
more Mortal Kombat 1 Shang Tsung.
Oh yeah, okay, I can
Yeah.
see that. Youthful.
Yeah, I just got to get that. My hair's got to go white. You know.
It has begun.
It has begun. Still best soundtrack ever.
Dude, it fucking really is. The original soundtrack
man.
is amazing.
And the soundtrack for Annihilation is the best thing that ever came out of that movie. But just the instrumentation, the way these guys throw in, it's not a violin, but that's what it sounds like. You know, like you can hear these instruments and be like, oh, well, that's what kind of instrument this is, you know. And man, I don't know. It's one of those albums that you got to hear, because there is a lush fucking beauty to the music these guys make, and I really hope that they get a little, like, you know, because right now it is a thing with Asian rock music breaking into America.
It's a real big thing. I mean, there's a lot
Yeah.
of bands now that, like, you didn't see a few years ago. I mean,
Exactly.
you know, Baby Metal popped up out of nowhere, and then you got the...
They opened the floodgates, really.
What is it, the Iron
Iron Baby, I think.
Iron Baby. Like Iron Maids or something. I
Iron
don't know.
Baby
They're
with
Maids
the giant
yeah.
fucking cyborg guitarist.
I mean,
like,
well, no, see, originally, though, like, a few years ago, so, like, back in, like, 2006, there was,
Deer and Grey.
Deer and Grey. I love Deer and Grey.
I have never heard them,
You should
but
slap
I always
in the
knew
face.
of them.
Josh knows them.
What?
Deer and Grey?
Sounds
The
familiar.
Japanese
Japanese, he's like,
rock band.
it's God!
Oh, yeah, these guys are fucking awesome.
Yeah, awful. I loved them. I was like,
It's fucking
they
awesome.
they're like, they had some of the creepiest fucking videos. I mean, this dude, you're talking about guys who dressed up in fucking leather goth outfit, painted faces white. Those fucking they put in
They did that grudge look.
the weird grudge.
Like the painted, the ghost look. They look like
Yeah,
ghosts.
That
Yeah, they
blue
don't-
ghost
That-
look.
Yeah, that fucking white
They
face.
they
paint
all
shit.
dress pretty much. I mean, they all look like from The Ring, but
Yeah.
cooler. So like, if Vampires and The Ring got mixed up together, you got Duran Gray, and like I don't know, something about him, about that
Vampires and The Ring together.
Yeah.
You take the V, you take the ring. Ving rings.
Wow. But yeah, Duran Gray, and then I don't even know I don't think they're around anymore.
I don't know.
They kind of dropped off like a few years, like back in like 2012.
But definitely check out The Hue.
Yeah,
It's,
I enjoy them.
one of the most interesting new bands that I've heard, and they're hugely popular over there. And I just hope they break out a little more over here, and that we get to see some more.
I think
from these
we're
guys.
definitely gonna see, because this is their debut album. Like I said, a year ago I heard.
Yeah, it was like they had Wolf
YouTube.
Totem like a year ago.
Yeah, they had like
and
one or
all
two
those
YouTube
those songs are on this album, which makes me happy.
So I think this is like a good album for them to start out with.
Yeah.
It says, "Hey, we're in America now. Check us out."
and it shows you that it's more than what it was advertised
I'm
as.
calling it. They're gonna say 2021. We're gonna see another album.
Could be. I'd be down with one next year, but
I don't know.
2021.
2020 might be a little soon, because I mean
I
September.
mean, yeah,
they have
you're
to
right.
tour.
Yeah.
You know, every band has to tour for at least a year nowadays. It seems like, because they got to make money, because they ain't making money from selling
That's
CDs.
true.
So they got to tour. We might see them actually in the States touring, which would be fucking
That would be awesome. I'd check them out.
I mean,
I'd definitely check that out.
you know, some coffee cafe somewhere. You're not heavy enough to really be like, you plug them up through an amp, you're just gonna hear.
But see, here's the thing: you don't need electricity to be heavy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna be at a fucking right, and they sound heavy as fuck. But you're just kind of confused when you hear it, because it's like playing on acoustic instruments, playing heavy metal riffs. Like, and that's what I dug about them. I mean, I don't understand anything they say, but I dig it. Like you just want like, it's kind of headbanging because it has that certain punch.
There's
to
a
it.
tribalness
You know,
Yeah.
Sepultura?
to their stuff. Not like
Have you-
Sepultura.
They do a lot of that deep fucking.
Theirs is like Sepultura's got this more island tribe kind of vibe, whereas the Who have this more barbarian kind of tribe.
Oh, okay, you mean barbarian? Okay, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like it's a
Sepultura is more the fucking
Now-
like a Hawaii, the
They're
fucking
not
Samoan
yeah.
style.
Now, they're not on my list, but I also would
Oh, I guess
recommend
some of
check
that.
out Alien Weaponry.
Alien
If you like that
weaponry.
tribal, they're from like the Netherlands or something. I'm probably off. They're Iceland, Netherlands, somewhere really far. But they have like this tribal. They do the Taka dance. They have one video where it's like people are doing. I want to say it's the Taka or I don't know. The fucking dude from Aquaman. What's his name?
Oh,
He's
Momoa.
a really big.
Momoan,
Yeah.
Samoan.
Jason
Yeah,
Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
Really
Oh,
big
yeah.
on that dance, and he actually did the dance
Is he-
in
is
like
that
a few
Samoan?
things. Yeah, it's something
It's
like
like the
that.
same thing
No
fucking
way.
Rock
It
is.
might be. I'm
The
probably
same guy
off.
that
It might
Rock
be.
is. They're from
But
like.
they do. There's an awesome fucking metal song that they have. That they have a bunch of fucking warrior-looking dudes come out and they start doing the
war
they do-
dance.
They do that
War
war dance.
dance.
They
they're
chant and
just
they
like,
slap their chest.
I mean, it's heavy, and I mean they're just going in there. I mean, I don't understand any of the lyrics because it's all different language, but it sounds cool. And if you want something that's kind of heavy and unique with a
Dude.
tribal feel to it, I definitely.
Samoan metal. That would be pretty fucking badass.
I don't think it's. I know it's an island style. It's.
Well, yeah, it's gonna be Samoan. They
So-
do that weird, that
it's
cool
not the
battle
Netherlands.
chant.
I'm totally
shit.
off. I'm sorry if you know who they are. I ruined it all. I'm
Yeah.
the worst metal.
Well, we're
person.
close. I mean,
I know the
there's
band
so
name at
many.
least, so you can't say anything. Shut up.
Well, when you don't understand what the hell they're saying, you
Yeah.
do what you best.
But I know who they are. I've listened to them a couple times. I haven't checked out their full albums because when I heard them, they only had a few songs out, which was, you know. So I would definitely recommend check that out though.
I will.
Not on my top
and
5, but-
Give us your number 4.
Okay, this
Josh.
one, the band's kind of old.
Give
The
another-
guy's been trying to.
You're
fucking-
kind of old, so I mean.
I don't know. Travis, I told them about it. It's a band I was when System of a Down stopped making music. I had to look-
Vampires on
Vampires
tomato
on
juice.
Tomato juice. These guys, it's a German band. It's kind when I was looking up trying to find things like bands like System of a Down, these guys popped up. Checked it out. So their first
Do they
album.
sound like System of a Down?
Dude,
Yeah, kind of. But these guys are German, so they have that. They do have an
It's a
accent.
German System of a Down.
it's the closest,
It's the closest
to
to-
System of a Down we will ever
What is
get.
it called?
Vampires on Tomato Juice.
They even have a song
they
that
have
is
Definitely need
almost.
to listen to this now.
They have a song that is almost identical to the pizza song.
I'll play someone
The
go
Pizza
outside on a
Pie
break.
song.
I'll have
But
to
yeah,
check it out.
I mean, they have a song called They have a song that is literally about futari, she-males.
I know it.
It's fucking crazy. These guys, but they have 2 full-length albums. And the main guy who's the leader of the band kind of broke up, but he's been doing all these individual songs. So he goes on Facebook and he has people submit things for him. He's trying to make more music. I mean, it's a really cool, but it's as close as System of a Down as you can get without being System of a Down. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of it's a themed band. They're vampire. They're a themed vampire band, but they're good vampires. They don't hurt people. They help people, and they drink tomato juice. Huh?
No.
Their videos
exist. That's not a real thing.
Twinkle.
There are no twinkling vampires.
Thank God.
Yo, funny enough, that movie wasn't as bad as you people were trying to make it. But that chick, whatever her name, I can't remember her name is, she sucked out loud. And then the twinkling, I remember watching that movie, and I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting. Until the point when he twinkled, I'm like, what the fuck? That was stupid.
I rented the first one when it came on video.
We're on Twilight now. This is awesome.
The South Park, the South Park episode came out, and I had no idea what Twilight was. We rented it, and I was like, eh.
Yeah, I was like, it's not bad.
It's not.
I was like, why is everybody
horrible.
hating this
I mean,
movie?
Kristen.
Until I
never watched
part.
any others. Like,
no, they
Was
were.
it Kristen what? What's her
not-
last name?
I don't remember.
Stewart.
She sucks.
Kristen Stewart.
Her
She
acting
has gotten
shit.
better.
she's gotten better. Even Robert
Since
Pattinson
then.
has been doing some cool
There was
shit.
a movie that she was in a few years ago.
The Stoner movie.
No.
There's a
She
Stoner.
has been a Stoner. Yeah, I know what you're talking
It
about.
has the guy from Zombieland.
The
And
Stoner
he plays
movie.
like a.
Yeah.
That's the Stoner
Is it the
movie
Stoner movie?
with Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh goddamn, what's the name of that movie?
What's it called? He
Oh,
plays a spy, or no, he's not a spy. He's a government creation of a spy kind of thing.
That's
he doesn't
the
know
Stoner
it.
movie.
Yeah, that's that movie we were talking about. Goddamn it, 13? No, 13.
I watched it. I dug the
Yeah,
shit
I
out
can't
of
remember the
it.
name of it.
I didn't find it that bad at all. And then, I mean, her worst films are on Four Fingers. It's pretty much all the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
And then she made The Huntress, or The Hunter.
no, The Huntsman.
The
Huntsman.
I hated that movie because of her.
I'm not gonna watch this.
She ruined Snow White for everyone. But what's his name played it pretty well. I liked him as the Huntsman. So.
Yeah. Vampires and Tomato Juice. They're their theme band. All the characters are vampires, and
Gotcha.
they kind of they're not bad guys, but they're not good guys. But they're kind of like good vampires who try to help people. The videos are pretty cool because Dick In is what the Dick, like D-I-C-K in. The video's weird. It's like it's like a brothel where you can go and be sucked on and fucked on.
Fang bangers.
Fang bangers, yeah, pretty much. It's a really cool, and their songs are they're really fucking weird. They're kind of campy and funny, like Psycho Sticky, but at System of a Down style.
That's
Gotcha.
like they're fairly like.
It sucks they don't have 2 albums. They have a whole bunch of new singles that guy came out with that are really cool, but he hasn't put together a new album in years. The last one was 2013, was the full album.
Right.
That was the second album. But I remember
I'll recommend it.
it's
That sounds
cool.
cool. I'll have to check it out.
Because I got it because the first album was free. They were giving the album away. You just go to their vote. It's called VOTJ, Vote for a Tomatoes, Vampires at TomatoJuice.com. They gave you the album, the full thing, all the artwork and shit.
Cool.
And I
That
got
is
I actually turned around and I liked it so much I actually bought the album from them. Paid, because I think they were on Patreon or some shit. So I sent them money. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, this is cool. Keep doing
You're
it.
one of those supporters.
Which reminds me, go ahead and check out our Patreon.
Give us money, please.
Give us $1.
Let's just
all
plug that
you
in
need.
there.
Alcohol
Just
is
plug
not
that in
free.
there. By the way, support him. He needs it.
I mean, I've got a day
We got jobs, but alcohol, we're pretty funny on alcohol. It helps pay for the alcohol.
So now
hair plug that
that
in.
we've each got 3 picks left. We've each got 3 picks left. We're gonna smoke a cigarette and get a little break in. We'll see you guys after these messages. Yeah, so we're back. We're back. Just took a little cigarette break,
Pittsburgh.
and we're on our final, on our 3 here. And so, David, what is your number 3?
Number 3.
Alright, so this band's been around for probably about, a good minute. They've been around for about 14 years.
14 years.
But-
I think.
I bet I know who they is.
Let's see.
Yes, you don't.
I bet I do.
He's gonna pull some off the wall shit. So go
It's
ahead.
probably not. Falling in Reverse.
Then I don't.
No,
Exactly.
never
I
heard of
thought he
that.
was going to say thank you, scientists.
Oh, yeah.
They are on this list, but they're not number 3.
He called it.
They're on this list, trust me.
Damn, they're
And you'll hear about them at the end. 'Cause
Wow,
they're my
number one.
Yeah, they're number 1. That's how fucking
Nice.
Alright, so anyway, we'll get to that. So, Falling in Reverse. Alright.
Ooh, I'm so drunk.
I'm pretty,
I'm
Sounds
sober.
good.
give me
Poor guy.
I'm sober.
poor,
Water.
poor David.
So, Falling in Reverse, they've been around for probably since like 2006, 2007. The main singer used to sing for something Fate. Shit. I don't remember. He was a...
Fate's Warning.
No, he's out there. It was a...
Fate's Warning is pretty cool.
Right, the singer was in, something of Fate.
Oh, Fate. Oh. Is it a popular band that had Fate?
They were a punk metal band.
Oh,
back when
god
they
damn it.
first
I know who
started.
that is. It's on top of my tongue.
Like something Fate. But anyway, so
Merciful Fate?
No, that is
that's
black
old.
metal.
That's
That is like the origins of black metal.
yeah, that's like Black in the
Well, I was close.
Black in the day.
That is Merciful Fate is a band, so
right.
I guess it
You
wasn't.
did name a band. Good job.
Nice.
Congratulations. You did name that. No. So anyway, so
You stumped
so
the drunk
the
guy.
singer
Good job.
was in there, and it was a screamo hardcore. It was right when the hardcore phase was like hardcore has always been an underground kind of thing. Hardcore metal. They weren't popularized back in the 90s. They were always around though. Punk rock bands and stuff were there, and then hardcore metal was kind of like we're veering away from punk sound. We have similar punk rock kind of sound.
Came more
but
towards
we're
the
heavy.
end. They kind of came up more towards the end of the 90s.
No. Hardcore metal's been around since the late 80s.
No, I'm saying they didn't come more popular, like mainstream.
Right,
until
so
they're-
the mainstream
'cause
hardcore metal
90s was punk.
early 2000s, right when new metal was dying off, hardcore metal was coming in. Like what is now metalcore to me, what I think is now what hardcore metal was in the early 2000s. And a lot of, like bands like...
Well, that's why they called it hardcore.
Yeah,
That shit was fucking crazy.
Bands like All That Remains was, and
a lot of the bands I never got into.
right, and I'm a hardcore metal guy.
This
and
band probably never heard of
I like
Lamb of
metalcore.
God.
They're alright.
If they use anything heavy with more strings than you can count, then I'm pretty much into it.
It's the gents.
I love gent. I mean,
I listened to Sepultura forever
Sugar,
before he finally ever got
yeah.
to it.
Yeah, I just now started
if
checking
they got
them
7
out.
strings on, I always was. I mean, like I said, it started with Korn, but I mean, then they got to 8, 9 strings, and I'm like, oh,
It's like
that sounds fucking heavy.
We started at Korn, and look at us. This is shit. We're like, wow, this is fucking Korn. Don't fucking hold a candle to some of these other
Korn
bands.
had that 7 string, and we were just like, fuck, this is awesome. This is heavy.
Now they got
Like,
shit.
and then now it's like, come on,
Seven
guys.
string sounds like a 6 string.
Come on, I'd rather listen to an acoustic.
It's like, oh, he just added an extra bass string to his
come
6
on.
string.
Right, bitch, please. Drop that fucking A string into a drop beat. Let's just do that. Like I want to fucking throw like just like you want to do. That's what I want my guitar to sound like.
Yeah, the guitar sounds like a fucking bass drum.
If my guitar is a distorted 4 string, then I'm good with it. So, so anyway, so Falling in Reverse, right? All right. So they started out, like I said, about 15 years ago. They had an albums out, and I heard last year is when I started listening to them a little bit, but I didn't really dive down into it till this year. And the singer was in jail for a while, actually. He got incarcerated for like a year and a half.
Austrian Death Machine.
What did he do?
I can't remember the actual story. I think he almost killed a guy or beat a guy to death or some shit like that.
Our guy almost tried to kill his wife.
Did some drugs, Anyway,
Austrian Death
I think he punched a guy like.
This was called Nya.
He loves them.
Yeah, I love.
Nya.
Get to the chopper. But anyway, so this dude. All right, so the band has this pop punk style on a lot of their songs. It's kind of a mix between pop punk and hardcore metal, right? They don't like and they like this is their first 2 or 3 albums, right? They have like 6 albums out or 5 albums out right now. And like I said, the first 2 albums are very pop punk. Like they have a lot of songs, but I mean, and then they start doing like the guy screams aren't that great.
Now, by pop punky, what are
Green
you? What
Day
would you,
or more like Good Charlotte?
Yeah. Which style of pop?
We were
punk?
talking like Sum 41.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Good
yeah.
Charlotte, I guess.
I mean, yeah,
Good Charlotte's a little
some
too
41,
much
Good
pop-punk.
Charlotte.
But more Sum 41 style. But like if
Because Sum 41 could be heavy as shit.
Yeah,
if Sum
it's
41
between good-
dropped their
it's Green Day and- yeah.
went to drop D
Yeah.
and put in some screamo screams.
And then what type of metal?
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, it's pop punk hardcore style metal. I mean, it's really not really a genre. So anyway, so I started what I really started getting into him though is this year because the singer started releasing singles just this year, right? He and these singles are fucking heavy as fuck. So he comes in with this fucking speed rap. I mean, the dude can rap. Like he could be a rapper before he's a metalhead. You know, he comes in with this fucking Eminem like rap god style fucking speed rapping, and I mean it's good shit though, and his flow is fucking amazing, like just crazy good. The guitars are fucking on point, the drums are on point. It doesn't seem out of place at all, and it works really well. The best thing about it is his videos are like I said again, the artisticness of these certain musicians that I'm naming is the reason why I'm attracted to him so much nowadays. His videos are just extremely dark, and he brings his daughter into it a few times. Corey Taylor's on a new album, a new song called Drugs, and he comes in like, so all you hear is this dude spitting rhymes and everything. Then he goes into this kind of hardcore pop chorus kind of style, then back to the rap again, and then one more time there, and then you get Corey Taylor coming in with his Slipknot style fucking screams. And just murder, blood's gushing everywhere. He has a chainsaw. He's like, I fucking got your brother. And he's just going off. I mean, this fucking song.
That's good, 'cause that's better than when
this fucking
what's
song.
his name played with Lucifernia.
Right.
That one chick.
No.
They had
Shut
one
the
cool.
fuck up.
Yeah.
What the fuck is? I'm gonna get him and the rap.
You told us to listen to that. Where you checked it out. I was like, oh,
because
this
it
is
was
shit.
funny. It was total crap.
Well, because that one song they were talking about, they had what's his name from fucking.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the
okay,
reason
that's
why.
cool.
Yeah.
But then when you listen to it,
it's
that
got
one
Sid
song,
Wilson.
that's pretty cool. But then you listen to her, it's like, what the fuck?
The
This
rest of it was awful. I'm like,
The sad thing is,
like I
That's
really
a cool
like.
sound. That's a cool
It attracted
concept.
me.
Yeah.
It attracted me.
goth trap.
Goth trap
has
Satanist
potential.
music. It has
Has
such good
potential.
potential. And she
It has not with this person though.
Oh,
Not
no,
this
no.
person.
No.
But
Trent, what's her name?
that's an untapped market that
What was her name?
Lucifernia.
Lucifina, yeah. She's
I mean,
like
that's
this-
a cool name
She's
right
like
there.
this little tiny Hispanic chick who thinks she can rap. And it reminds me of...
Well, that's the thing. All trap artists think.
well, what's
yeah,
funny is
they do.
there was a meme of...
All of it's like,
They can do
What's funny, what it reminded me of, there was a big popular
Anyway, that
Vine
shit.
video, or I don't know if it was Vine or if it was YouTube or MySpace for all I know, where these kids were outside and this girl's holding this bat, right? And it's these bunch of little
I know what you're talking about.
And
The
this girl's
scene
holding this bat,
kids
and she's like, I'm
rapping
just
and
gonna
shit.
go
Oh,
and
that
let you
shit,
buy
yeah.
it, damn. And that's how, but it's not, okay, so anyway.
Yeah, it's a
so
dun-
follow
That
the
was
verse.
so bad.
It was
It's
horrible.
awesome.
Right.
Like
That's why it was. It was because it was funny.
And that's what it reminded me of.
Unless they were being real. They were
That's
trying
why I
to be
said listen
you
to
know,
this because
real.
it's just trash. But anyway,
it was
so,
like if that video we were just talking about with the girl with the bat, them scene kids trying to rap.
Right, that's
That
what
was
it was.
like if the Cash Me Outside girl was a
Yes.
scene kid.
Yes, that was a Cash Me Outside girl doing singing. Yeah.
So he came out with a couple more songs this year. Like I think he's released 3 this year, right? Every one of them has like, and I'm always been kind of lean like new metal. I've always kind of leaned towards some rap music, some rap, but I'm very picky. Like I don't do mumble rap or anything like that. I like Eminem. I dig NF, which is another rapper who's kind of like Eminem. I dig Token, who's kind of like Eminem. Eminem kind of like, you know, I grew up.
He was a trailblazer for the white rapper.
Look,
The
I
white
grew up-
new metal
I grew up
rapper.
in the Slim Shady years. Okay, all right. I was the 7th grade.
We were
I had
all
my hair
the,
blonde.
Hi, my name is.
Yeah, I grew up in that.
I was 13 when that shit dropped.
I was
and
high
I was
school.
like, I'm into this.
Right, and I dug the shit out of it. He was fucking, it was corny, he didn't give a shit. He talked about killing people. I was like, okay, I can deal with this. But so anyway, so the dude has fucking mad flow, is how you say it, mad
Yeah.
flow. I mean, he could fucking rap.
The
And when
fat
you,
skills.
the thing
Once
is,
a
what
month.
I love about it is I love when you can take one genre and perfectly place it into a, what the fuck, I wasn't expecting that, into a metal genre. right? You have this like stupid good rap. I mean, it's not. We're not talking like Papa Roach rap, which is total shit. We're not talking
metal
about
rap.
Limp Bizkit
That
rap,
new metal rap,
which is
yeah.
total shit.
Yeah, call it
right?
new metal rap.
Right.
Way.
We're talking about
Actual
this guy, like,
fucking
if you
hardcore
heard
rap.
him outside of
Hardcore
a metal
rap.
of metal guitars and just him rapping, you would think that he
Like
was.
speed rap.
I mean, he was fucking good. Like Tech Nine is how good he is. Like I'm a huge.
I
fan
like
of
some Tech Nine. Tech Nine's
Right,
fucking
and
awesome.
this is how good a flow that he has.
Wii-Fi.
But then you add in this heavy
not Wii-Fi.
hardcore metal kind of band, right? You have these good guitars. These like the chorus meets the verses perfectly, right? It's not like he just kind of raps and then all of a sudden there's some metal and then back to some rap music with some bass beats. No, it's this guy raps. The build up to the metal music comes in and it fades out perfectly back to the rap with some metal guitar still sounding in the background to kind of. I mean, it just flows so well. Like he had Personal Monster was the
Like how
last
Corey
one.
Taylor was when the earlier Slipknot. He really like my god.
There's
was
like
it
a rappiness
Spit? Was it
to
Spit was fucking
Right.
That was
Spit was good.
That was great.
He's a better rapper than Corey
Well,
Taylor.
yeah, I'm saying it's an evolution of what we
I'll have
like.
to show you because it's really. I mean,
That kitty did spit. Spit.
No, well,
No.
Slipknot has
Spit.
Spit too. Oh, Spit It Out.
Spit It Out was
Spit It Out.
Slipknot. Spit was Kitty.
Yeah, yeah.
I miss Kitty. I love Kitty.
Spit.
The singer's now in KO.
Fucking love Kitty.
Well, the singer.
They were fucking hot. We all had crushes on them.
What's her last
We
name?
were like, yeah, we'd have fucking did anything to get me
No,
with
now
them.
I hate to say it, the older sister looked like a dude.
Oh, yeah.
In the first years. Now she's matured a lot, and she's actually the drummer. What are the last names?
The Miranda sisters.
Miranda
I
sisters.
think,
Yeah,
something like that.
She's a realtor out in like
Yeah.
Arkansas or some shit.
It's so weird.
or Idaho or something. Like she's out in there. She's a realtor now who's like a famous metal drummer. And I'm just like, I'll buy a house from her. but yeah. So I mean, to me, and I'll keep listening because I mean, he likes. It's only been these three songs this year. Like they haven't released a new album in like the last 2 years or something like that.
Lander sisters, not Miranda sisters. The Lander sisters.
What was the
Morgan and Mercedes Lander.
That's right.
Morgan,
Mercedes
yeah.
was the
Drummer.
The drummer.
Yeah.
So
Everyone had a crush on Morgan. That's what it really
ew.
was. Most of the
Morgan was
hardcore,
the-
all
like,
the goth
they were
kids I
both
knew
ugly girls.
loved
I don't-
Morgan. Well, they loved her name because her name's Morgan.
I guess.
That's what
The
it was.
whore is all I see
Yep.
when I look in the mirror.
Paper Doll's what got me into it. That's
Fucking love Kitty.
yeah. Kitty's fucking awesome. Like, and they got better and better. Like every album was like
they were getting
what?
really
Again,
good.
They were set
And then
like,
the guitars died,
like
and
they
I
were
was like,
they
oh,
were
that's
voted the
sad.
band that was set to take over.
But
new
that
metal.
lady was like not even in the original.
No, she was.
group.
She had it in on their fourth album, before their, and then she died before their fifth album or something like that. So
Something
no,
like
I mean, but they went really like powercore.
They were great. They were
Like,
set
they
to take
went
over.
really power
and
metal,
they
like, a
disappeared
lot in
for a
their
while.
Like
last album.
the second album had a real doom vibe, and then
Oracle,
the third one.
I love that. Fucking-
Yeah,
that's
Oracle,
my favorite album.
God, dude, it's so good.
Oracle is my favorite
I
album.
The
I love the
third
song
one has
Pussy
some
Sugar.
black metal. Yeah, that's
Right.
the one. The
And
third
then
one had
they
like
went
a
more
black
power metal
vibe.
towards the end of it. Like their fifth album was like solos everywhere. I'm
Yeah.
like, they're good.
Their first album, they were set to like be better than like Slipknot. They were like, oh, they're gonna take over, and they just disappeared.
Right,
They just
yeah,
died
man.
off. They were like, what the fuck? We're having a
nobody-
kitty. It's
They
like
kind of just
Like
died.
they got
like-
6 albums, and
well,
but
these are
they-
teenage girls who fucking were just
Yeah.
took over the new metal scene in one fucking album
And they
disappeared.
What the thing is that I was surprised about was that they evolved with the music, and yet people didn't care.
people weren't following it.
Which
It
is
was
I was
great.
just
I
like,
loved it.
what? I have
I think
all
Your
their
Funeral
albums.
or whatever, or Funeral whatever. Something.
Funeral for a Friend.
That one was a bit of a weak ass album.
Yeah, and that's where it started kind of dying off. But the album,
But the ones after
was
that
so
I liked.
good. By the way, go check out the old Kitty stuff, man. It's great. But yeah, so I would definitely that would be on my number 3 because I mean, Fall in Reverse. They have a few songs from their first couple albums, like Champions, and that Champions is a really good song, which is why I like them. He introduced a lot of his rap style with his screams. And I was just like, it's enjoyable stuff, especially when you're surprised when a vocalist comes in and can do all of it. Like he can do rap, he can do metal, he can do like punk rock.
End of the day, the world ended at the year when new metal came out for us because that's where music peaked there. Like
MTV wise.
New metal, like it's the greatest to us.
There's a lot more.
Everything
better.
we compare to new
I
metal.
would hate to say there's so many better bands nowadays than there were.
Well, yeah,
back then.
but everything we ever talk about comes back to bands that we love that did
because we
a
were
little bit of
there.
metal, a little bit of rap.
We were there though. That's the thing. Like you could get like 17, 18-year-old kids who are like, new metal sucks. I'm like, you weren't there,
Like,
bitch. You weren't
motherfucker,
born
you weren't
until after
17 when
9/11.
that shit happened.
We're the guys who are like, we love metal, but we like rap too, so we get this.
Yeah.
Look at this
I mean,
shit.
Look, if you were
Motherfucker,
born
you weren't
after,
I love
17 in
Limp Bizkit.
2003.
I would not-
You weren't 17
I
in
would never put
2003.
Love and Limp Bizkit in my
I
life.
loved Limp
Love
Bizkit's
to
first
see
couple
them go
albums.
away.
$3 bill, because I was a skater back then, so I listened to
$3
$3 bill, y'all.
Look, I dig the fuck out of hot dog flavored water. I don't care. Like
I
will
love
keep rolling
hot dog.
all day, motherfucker.
Everyone knew the fucking.
But see,
gotta do the fucking dance.
But see, everything that he's released since then, it was
Oh,
just
yeah.
kind of like.
Except for that fucking single. I wanted to hear that shit on an album. Remember that fucking that one single I played for you from Limp Bizkit before they came out with Gold Cobra?
Yeah.
I got Gold Cobra.
What's the album that came after Hot Dog Flavored Water? That was the one album.
Results may vary.
Results may vary.
That's
That's when shit got
That's
really
the
weird.
real
It's horrible.
Like
I like
play up
Blue
my
Eyes
hate.
a little bit. I like the cover.
That
$3
is
bill, y'all.
dog shit.
I mean, well, I kind of enjoyed it, but
that Behind Blue Eyes cover is
what
garbage.
weirded me out was
I liked it.
I like it up until the
No,
point
Eat
where
You
it starts-
Alive.
where
I like
it has
Eat
that
You
robot
Alive. That's
voice
why I
going.
like it.
no, that is awful. Because the real song gets a little weird at that point. He throws in this awful fucking robot voice to replace the cool weird part of the song, where the
Right,
song
that's
kind of gets
that's
jammy.
what really.
They destroy that song.
He
in
did
all the
butcher
worst
that
ways.
song in
Oh
the worst
god.
ways.
Whereas when they took a song from George Michael, Faith,
Gotta
and
have
made
faith,
it
yeah.
awesome, how do you fuck up a song by the Who? They fucking did it.
All
Wow.
right, so that's my number 3.
Cool.
You're number 3. My number 3, people, is a band called Horror. Horror, but it's spelled HO9909, and it is some of the best shit I've heard in ages. There's a lot of cool shit happening in the hip hop scene right now, and this is probably at the top of my list.
My top 10 actually has a few hip hop artists.
This is hip hop by way of The Prodigy or Atari Teenage Riot. This they have one full album called I think it's the United States of Horror. Let me see. And they're basically, it's like hip hop punk. And these motherfuckers are bad as
How do you have hip hop funk?
bro.
Isn't that like a
I'll-
Twisted album?
when we go and the United States of Horror came out in 2017, but they have a couple little digital EPs. Like this year's Cyber Warfare came out, which I'm gonna have to find. But I have Cyber Cop, Horrors of '99, fucking awesome shit. This is, they will take punk riffs and punk music and just be fucking, it'll sound like Fishbone or something for a minute, or Body Count, and then
There's
go
an
into
old
like
school
some,
band right there.
then go into like
Body
some
Count.
straight
Yeah, with
Ice Cube's heavy metal band.
really
It's
good
Ice
fucking
Ice Cube?
You get Ice Cube.
really good fucking really good crazy hip hop. They're up there with, in fact, I like them more than I'm a big fan of Death Grips, and one of them weird industrial hip hop group. But definitely check out Death Grips. They're pretty cool if you want to hear something different. But Horror, on the other hand, these guys, I first heard them last year on the newest Prodigy album, No Taurus. And I was like, let me check these guys out. And I was blown away, man. United States of Horror, sadly, I wish I'd have known about it in 2017, because it would definitely have been on my end of the year list. And sadly, it can't make it this year because the album is 2 years old. But it has this raw, fucking, just dirty raw sound to it, and the music bumps and it hits. It's guitar heavy, it's bass heavy. It's like all the good shit from hardcore hip hop and all the good shit from punk rock, and it's almost like if you took trap music and made it have a baby with the Prodigy and Atari Teenage Riot, because it can. If you're familiar with Atari Teenage Riot, if you're familiar with Atari Teenage Riot and how they get so digital and hardcore and annoying.
Yeah, they're pretty annoying.
Yeah. Fucking these guys do the same thing for hip hop and
Annoying.
punk. Well, I mean, annoying to people who don't like this kind of stuff.
I'll check it out.
It is highly recommended. There's even a song on here that straight up like just makes fun of that new style of hip hop, like the Future style, Future, Migos, where it's heavily auto-tuned, and that we made fun of them. The mumble rap, but it's like I don't want hydraulics on my ride. I don't want hydraulics on my ride.
Wow, sounds like a certain Cheddar Pond song.
No idea what the fuck you did.
Oh my! I just want some hoes in my whip.
That's what it sounds like.
I just want some hoes in my whip. But I highly recommend it. These dudes, man, they fucking it's very cyberpunk in a different aspect. It's not like cyberpunk as in like Atari Teenage Riot. It's almost like what hip hop music would sound
Cyberpunk,
like
man,
in a cyberpunk world. Take the movie Hackers and the character Lord Nikon. Lord Nikon is jamming fucking horror.
I think fucking cyberpunk. I think fucking Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah, like if you're not hanging out with Henry
Keanu
Rollins
Reeves,
in Johnny Mnemonic, if you're not hanging out with Henry Rollins in Johnny Mnemonic, horror.
That's true.
Really, you've never seen that movie?
No, I've seen
Are you gonna play?
it's so
Are you gonna play
fucking
Cyberpunk
awesome.
2077? Because if you are, you need to watch
Oh.
Johnny Mnemonic first, because that's essentially who Keanu Reeves' character is Johnny Mnemonic.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've heard of the movie. I've never seen it.
Oh, it's so good.
It's good. It's
But I've
Keanu
seen
Reeves
a lot.
movies.
Well,
So
I
it's a
used-
good
I used to
cyberpunk
hate
movie.
Keanu
Bro, it's got
Reeves.
Henry Rollins, Ice-T, goddamn Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, dude, it's
It's a
fucking
really
awesome.
good cyberpunk movie. Way before its time.
One of the last
Matrix
really
before
good
its
ones,
times.
man. Yeah, a lot of like I remember Mouse used to say he could like considered it as like this faux prequel to the Matrix. Like I
kinda
can
makes sense.
dig it. I
Yeah.
can dig it. But no, like horror exists in this sort of where they have that punk ethos and of the fight the system, but this is a fight the system, fight the future kind of vibe. The beats are heavy and distorted and raw, and it's so hard to explain these guys. Whereas 1 minute, one of the songs sounds like some hardcore punk shit, and then it in the same song goes into some really good hip hop shit. The beat changes and it gets very hip hoppy and a little slower. Then goes back to the dun 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 dun. Then fucking awesome. Love the shit out of these guys. Highly recommend horror. HO9909. Some of the best hip hop. Cause I got into a lot. I amassed a lot of hip hop this year in my collection, and horror is among some of my favorites that everyone should definitely check out. I've let Josh hear some of the songs back when I first got the album, but yeah, really. And Stas hated it, man. Stas didn't like it. She was like, "Oh, this is awful." I'm like, "Oh man, it's so good."
It's like what you hear inside of an android's head.
Yeah, man. Like if an android was listening to hip hop, man.
Just what it sounded like to him.
It's because industrial hip hop as a whole is slowly catching on.
Like Love, Death, and Robots.
Like I said, next year it's the year of Cyberpunk.
Have you seen that yet? Love, Death, and Robots.
On Netflix.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that.
That shit is so good. It's like 16 episode shorts of just random different types of
Just
cartoon.
anthology, yeah.
I mean, it's like you seen Black Mirror?
Yeah.
I was about to say, is it like
It's
Black
like an
Mirror?
animated Black Mirror because every episode is different. It's a different style
It's just
of art.
it's
It has
anthology.
a running
Yeah.
theme, a
It's
total
so
overall
good.
theme.
Though, like every episode on there, and they range anywhere from like 3 minutes to like 10 or 15 minutes.
Check
you
it
can watch
out.
like 2 or 3. So I mean, I was like, man, this shit's probably like some of Netflix's best original stuff right there.
But definitely check out songs like War is Hell, Street Power, Face Tat, When Death Calls, Money Machine, Splash, Decay, City Rejects. I love the track where it's like, it was raining in the city. Or some shit like that, man. It was raining when I came into your city.
He keeps going back to his cheddar pond.
Guns in my city. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. One of the best albums I've listened to all year. So Josh.
Okay, so number 2 and 3 are tied. The only reason I'm gonna do this one 3 because she doesn't have much. Skinned, S-K-Y-N-D.
There you go.
This chick,
She's
I
rad.
found her. I saw her on Facebook. But she does.
Never heard of it.
She has like 6 or 7 songs total. She did
Yeah.
3 last year. And
It's like all serial killers.
it's all about serial killers. Now, it's not like any genre style. She does like trap, heavy metal. It's kind of the
Industrial,
industrial.
like-
It's mostly industrial with like
Okay.
trap and different versions.
Skin?
But it's Skin. It's really fucking cool.
SKND.
SKYND. And they're all about really in-depth stories about these serial killers. My favorite one so far is what's it called? It's the one that came out this year. It's because last year she
She did
did.
one with
That's
Jonathan
why I like
Davis.
Ice Nine Kills.
Yeah, see, that's what got me into it because last year
Yeah, I have heard of them.
Ice Nine Kills is fucking awesome.
she did one with Jonathan Davis last year. That's what's really cool. It was like, oh, for a while, I was like, oh, this is the most Korn thing we've heard in forever because Korn hasn't come out
And
with
then you
anything
heard
good.
Jonathan Davis, and you're like, wait.
He actually is good on this.
He was pretty good on that. I
He's
tell
actually
you.
really good on this.
You heard their new album? Or his solo?
His solo. I only heard the one song, and it was dog shit. How does Fieldy have the best solo album of these guys ever?
No. You'll change your mind if you ever listen to Head's albums.
Yeah, no, listen to Head, dude. That fucking album is amazing.
I don't know. Fieldy has goddamn a shit on your couch.
See, this is a different. All right, so this is a
It's
different,
different
type
styles.
Of good, though. So
Yeah.
Fieldy has a good album because it's so cheesy.
Yeah,
Head has an actual
because it
serious
sounds
fucking
Korn.
good album.
It does sound like a Korn
It
album.
doesn't sound like a Korn album.
Well,
It
I mean,
sounds like a Head album with some Korn guitar.
because it sounds musically wise, not lyrically
Yes.
wise.
Nah, I would definitely recommend.
But
Head,
Fieldy
Love
doesn't
and
even
Death.
sound like a Fieldy album.
No,
He's a bassist.
It's a bassist. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, the bassist. That was him.
she did Gary Hednick with Jonathan Davis. That's what got me into him. But this year they did
Not suicidal, but I had a hard life. Go ahead.
Tyler Hadley. She did Tyler Hadley, and it's this trap song. You know, because Tyler Hadley he wanted to have a party, so he killed his parents, the Hammer.
And this
so
song
yeah, it
is
was fucking cool.
badass.
That song is badass. It bumps. I played it in my truck. This shit bumps, and she has 6 songs total, 6 or 7, but they're all about serial killers, and kind of mainly industrial style music. But you know the visuals when you watch the music videos are fucking psychotic. She did
I'll check them out.
yeah, you should check them out. She did Lisa Liam, Gary
Lisa
Hednick,
Liam.
Richard
And
Ramirez.
that's not even serial killers though.
Yeah.
Like that was that weird.
Oh, it's just
incident.
weird incidents with death and shit.
Yeah.
She's very dark
she
and
was
morbid.
found dead in the water tank on the Hotel Cecil.
And then this year she did Jim Jones, Tyler Hadley, and Catherine Knight. So I mean, so she did this. She has a
Jim
really
Jones
cool
is my
theme.
boy.
It's like she went with horror
Right.
as the fucking main theme, and it was pretty cool. It's kind of
Murder.
unique.
Murder, suicide.
Very murder, death is extreme.
That's cool.
But in an industrial setting with music
Check
and
that out.
kind of industrial trap music, it's amazing. David, that's because she has like 7 songs, so it's not.
I need a cigarette. So I'm gonna smoke a cigarette.
All right, number 1 and 2. Number 2 and 1 are coming next.
are coming next, people.
Oh yeah, you've already heard my one, but I'm gonna talk about it.
Okay, y'all,
Which
we're
album are you
back.
talking about, Big
We're
Guy?
back.
Which album?
All of them.
All of them?
No.
Which one's that one on? So
Oh, it's not on an album. It's a single.
So we were just outside checking out,
Coming out the new
Falling,
albums here or something?
Falling
I
in
hope it comes out
Reverse.
next year.
And Falling in Reverse is something I can get down to.
Dude, that's fucking...
Totally.
It's got a little bit everything we like.
Kinda
In
dig
small
it.
enough doses that flows perfectly.
It's,
you were right about that. Shit
told
flows
you.
great. And, it fucking starts off that slow rap into fucking kind of a Linkin Park
Yeah,
style.
there's another song-
and good Charlotte kind of poppiness, and then back into it again. It's
I think it's called like I'm Alive or I Wanna Feel Alive or Feel Alive or something like that. That he really gets into the rapping.
So, now that we are on our number 2s, David, what is your number 2?
Bear Ghost.
Bear Ghost is awesome!
Fucking. So they only have like two or three
I gotta
albums.
buy
out
it.
of left fucking field.
This,
Bear
okay,
Ghost.
so this is the one band that has 2 albums out that I had.
Bear Ghost is the fucking bomb.
Bear Ghost. All right, so I heard Bear Ghost about.
What did you call them? Like Creature Feature meets who?
Creature Feature meets Panic at the Disco.
Yeah.
That's a perfect
Like
description.
that is exactly like when I first heard it. I was like, because they have. I mean, it's Bear and Ghost. I mean, come on. But so when I first started hearing it, I was like, dude sounds like Panic at the Disco's their first album, right? Not the new shit that they come out with. Like, I'm not a big fan of Panic at the Disco anymore. I love that first album because of that.
I've had a lot of people with the way I dressed say that I look like that guy.
It's the hat. It's the top hat.
Gotta be the hat.
Yeah, just from the video of whatever. Yeah. So anyway,
A guy Zach works with said, you guys know emos. Travis dresses like them emos.
Which is weird.
Them emos.
I've never met an emo who dressed like this.
he's posh emo.
Poshimo.
There you go. I like that. Posh
Posh
emo.
emo.
I like that. But you need like a ruffle
It's just
collar.
I need to get some ruffles.
He's too well-
Ruffle collar.
He's
Like a
basically-
silk shirt
He's
and a ruffle
too well
collar.
dressed. He's too well dressed to be emo, but not black enough to be goth. So,
like a nice in between. Not young enough to be seen.
Nah, he's just guy who works in the fucking morgue.
right? Yeah, yeah. But yeah, so Bear Ghost I found probably about like
A couple months ago, when
about
you told me
about 4 months earlier this summer,
earlier this
like
year.
midsummer, like July or something. June,
I've been meaning because you can buy
August,
their
something.
albums on their Bandcamp, and I've been meaning to fucking buy them because that's some rad shit.
And I've listened to both their albums. They have 2 albums, like I said, and they have a couple singles. They
Little
just
EP
released a new single.
like
I
an
haven't heard it
EP.
yet though.
Like
Yeah.
an EP and an album.
And
Oh.
they're good. I mean,
It's
basically,
spooky.
it's spooky.
It's like
They have,
spooky kind of shit. Very.
it sounds like Panic at the Disco to me. But like I said, their first album where it had like that pop punk kind of style, but the theme around them though is like Creature Feature. It's this circus kind of style. It's very circusy. I mean, it's got the same that dun 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 dun.
And Creature
dun, dun,
Feature.
dun,
Creatures
dun,
and Features
dun,
a band you guys need to
Yeah,
check
Creature
out.
Features.
If you want some good music, listen to around Halloween. Creature Features.
Yeah,
got your
I
back.
did Creature Feature, but only around Halloween. Like, I can't really listen to them.
Yeah, I'm
when
not
it's
jamming them all year
Yeah,
round.
I mean, it's
you know.
it's one of those bands where you're like, man, I want something spooky and heavy and kind of like just cool rocking sound. Creature Feature's the band to go through. And like, I
They're
don't
real
know.
tongue in cheek, real
Yeah.
humorous.
And I mean, I dig the fuck out of Bear like I said, Bear Ghost, but I've listened to their albums a few times, both of them, and I keep my phone on my music on shuffle, so when I hear it, I listen to it. Like I said, you have to be a fan of that style, that circusy style rock music, where you have that same 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 kind of motion to the songs.
Not
'Cause
Black
most of their-
Parade style.
No, we're not talking about we're not talking about
I love that.
popularized
That's fucking great.
like circusy mood.
So a lot of the best circusy and spooky music always uses waltz piece. That
Right.
The one,
And the thing
it's called a 3/3
Yeah.
count.
The thing with Bear Ghost is you don't have to wait until Halloween or something. They're an all year round kind of
they're
band.
all year round kind of band, but they got that spookiness where like if you want a little edge on your Halloween
They
party,
have a Tiger
they
Lily.
work too.
Is it
Yeah,
Tiger
a
Lily
Tiger
kind of feel
Lily's
to it.
vibe. You know,
They
maybe
have-
not as cabaret
Right.
like Fucking love Tiger Lilies. But
Jesus, banging in the fucking nail.
Right.
Dear
or,
God.
There's another.
I don't get any campier than
There's
that.
another metal rock band that has that same kind of style. It's a female singer though.
Rasputina is one of them.
Yeah, that's
Dresden
one of them.
Dolls.
Dresden
Dresden
Dolls.
Dolls.
Yep. It's a Dresden
I'm
Doll
a major
kind of style.
Dresden Doll fan. Love Amanda
And
Palmer.
so yeah, I mean those are the styling.
Amanda Palmer's my goddess.
So that's the style.
She dropped a new album this year. Hashtag fucking
Amanda Palmer.
owning it.
Hashtag Palmer.
Hashtag Palmer.
But yeah, so I mean, that's one of those groups I want to keep. I'm gonna keep listening to. I think from now on, I'm gonna keep watch out for them, and that's what this whole video is for: is to mention bands that people may not know about. And if they do, if y'all do know about Bear Ghost, then congratulations, you're one.
I think
huge.
I hate that it's like I don't know. I keep wanting to call him Ghost Bear, and I think
It's Bear
Ghost
Ghost.
Bear is so much cooler to me. I don't like Ghost Bear, but Bear Ghost is
Bear Ghost works though.
Deep down inside, you're
And
disappointed
I think-
that I wrestled bear once.
Yeah, like I
Oh,
said,
God,
I
I remember that first one you showed me. I was
I
like,
like
"That's amazing," and then after that, it was like, "What the hell happened
They
to them?"
started off
got
so
pregnant.
good. She got pregnant and got
Hormones.
fired.
That's what happened.
She got pregnant and fired, and they hired a chick that, and they
Fell
just
off.
sucked
I mean,
ass
it
after
fell
that.
off like
Awfully.
Like you do not hear like if people go, I wrestled a bear once. What
Like Travis,
happened
like, I
to
want to remove that sticker from the back of my truck now. That's not even
Yeah.
fucking worth
You
it.
did your wrestled a bear once? Only their first album.
First two. First
The
two.
first two and
First two were
the
good.
EP.
They
Phenomenal
completely
shit.
changed after that. It was just complete. So what
But
the
yeah,
hell?
like
It's
I
not even the
dig
same
it.
band anymore.
Bear Ghost is such an entertaining band though to listen to.
It's a
And,
cool
like,
name
lit-
too. Bear
I mean,
Ghost.
It is. It's such a cool name. And
Bear
like I said,
Bear
I'm a
Ghost, coast
big-
to coast.
Like
Yeah.
I like Panic at the Disco when their first album. I like that pop punk kind
Yeah.
of style that they were doing, that Circus Soleil thing style, and it catches your ear, and it's like an ear where it just leaks into you, and you just gotta right. You just want to keep and not every song on their first album was great, but it's a good album altogether, I think. And Bear Ghost to me was like, this is why I wish that Panic at the Disco stayed with instead of going poppy into like pop alternative or whatever it is now that they do. I don't even know. They're not rock anymore. So like they've gone. They're like, yeah, hey, we did a Queen song. Well, you didn't do it horrible, but you didn't do it justice. I'm just saying.
They didn't make it their own.
Have you heard the Bohemian Rhapsody with Panic at the Disco?
I know.
Yeah.
I need
It's not
to.
good. It's not good.
It's not
They
need
could have
bad.
They could have made it their own and made it good. But
Right.
they did. They tried to
It's
make it
not
like Queen.
Bad. It's like, hey, we're gonna do exactly what
Yeah.
Freddie Mercury did,
But
I
as
don't sound
Panic at
any-
Disco.
but I don't sound like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
So
it's like somebody who can't sing like Freddie Mercury
look it up.
doing it. It's
No,
bad.
Mika should have did a cover of that.
there's a lot of people that I think could do a really good.
There's a lot of
version
people with
it.
unique voices that can do it, but you gotta have the unique voice and unique style.
Like I
to
would
do
love. I really
Like
really,
the Jared
really,
Dines
really,
cover
really,
of This Is Halloween that came out earlier this year. The Jared Dines cover of This Is Halloween. Phenomenal.
Yeah, I love that. That was
I
awesome.
Phenomenal. Oh, it was so good.
That was such a good one.
So fucking good.
There's so many, like every once in a while, it good.
it. The only one I heard was the fucking one on Nightmare Revisited.
Like I just want to hear the
Man,
Muse
yeah,
do.
I'll play it
Bohemian
when we go
Rhapsody.
back out there.
I think if there's a band out there, the Muse would do Bohemian Rhapsody.
Muse
justice.
would
Oh,
fucking do it.
yes, they would. That's actually a good
They
fucking
would,
deal.
they would know how to. They would know how to
Or Dream
utilize
Theater.
their sound.
Dream Theater might do a good version of Queen.
Yeah, they do
they
a
can do-
metal-y version.
But they would do a pretty good medley fucking. They can do a pretty good fucking.
Because James LaBrie is
Style.
an amazing
Have you ever
vocalist.
heard? all right,
That's true, yeah.
I know.
Musically though, Dream Theater would do a great fucking
They probably
Queen
would.
song.
I would love to hear just a prog Queen covers. Like that would be awesome.
Somebody
Queen is
do
like
that
such a-
shit, please. That would be
Like,
cool.
I would love to hear that. That would be awesome.
Give,
And,
I can imagine Freddie Mercury would love something like that because that's as big and flamboyant as you could possibly be.
I know the top covers right now for Queen is Fat Bottom Girls. There's a whole bunch of bands that have done that one.
Everyone's done that song
I
though.
know.
That's the easiest one to fucking do. Somebody do fucking Bicycle.
They have Between the Buried and Me.
Between the Marry Me, and it is amazing.
It is
Oh,
fucking
I haven't heard it. I
fantastic.
didn't see
You
that.
Never heard it?
I haven't heard it.
It's awesome.
Bro, it was on
They have a whole cover
A
album.
whole cover album. They do changes by Blind
Nine Inch
Melon.
Nails.
Amazing.
Dude, that's fucking
It
cool.
is
That's a
great.
fucking amazing
They
band,
did.
yeah.
They did Weezer.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to do Killer Queen too. They need to do
Like
the big
I would
ones, but then
love.
some
I
of the
really want
unknown
Between the
ones,
Buried
too.
and Me to do another cover album. Like I
Yeah,
mean, their cover album was
they did the
fantastic.
cover EP Because I swear they did Bohemian Rhapsody.
Deftones has a cover album.
Which one?
It's called Covers.
I don't have covers. I have
can't-
the B-sides album.
No,
I
Covers
could have
is-
swore I remember
The
them doing
B-sides
something.
album has
I
a
can't
bunch of
remember.
covers
yeah,
on it.
but no, Covers they did a whole. It's all covers by Deftones. And I mean, come on, you like Deftones?
I love Deftones.
Yeah, yeah.
My Own Summer is one of my favorite fucking songs. It's great.
Yeah.
It's such a basic song.
Those first
We were
three
talking
albums
about
are
doing
so
it,
good.
like
We're
the
doing
retro.
it.
We're doing
Around the
retros.
Fur. Around the Fur is a great.
We might not
album.
make it until January or February to do that.
Yeah, we're
but
doing a Deftones retrospective.
I'm gonna be on it. You can't do it without me.
But you gotta have the new metal
I've-
fans.
like,
It's
so-
gotta be the new metal guys.
When we were talking about doing the retrospective, literally like about 3 weeks
About a
ago,
month ago.
the entire week, all I did was listen because
So did I.
I was like,
Because I had just
I
got
was
that
at every
the last
fucking-
album I needed, the one with the Japanesey title,
You know Soko or
Um,
Sotu?
some shit like that. But that album is great.
I've been listening to Bob Rivers' fucking
See,
Christmas music all
and
fucking
we'll
week
definitely
long.
have that talk
I'm in
about
Christmas
that because
mode.
to me that's their weakest album.
Really? Wow.
Because
And
after listening
I
to the
think the-
entire discography, as
See,
what
yeah,
I did, I
it's-
think
I'm
it's their weakest album. But
I don't know. That one, I guess maybe since it was
first-
newer on
yeah.
my brain, I like it a lot. So I'm going to have to go
if
chronologically.
you go back chronologically from the
Because
first
to
album,
me, none of them are as good as those first three.
oh yeah,
They have,
I mean,
like, those first three are just fucking great.
yeah.
And then the other ones are just good.
Their self-title's
Like,
really good.
there's no real...
Most bands
Once
just
they
go
hit their
that way.
self-title, it was like, okay, I dig. I mean, it's Deftones. It sounds great.
Because I really like
it.
Saturday Night Wrist. I really like that one.
That one has
Tell you
pink cell phone on. That motherfucker is the most trippiest fucking song.
First few albums, of almost all bands are always the best
The
because
first-
that's when they're
yeah.
themselves.
Well, see, the
After
first
that, they try
time-
to change to meet
Yeah,
what
the first
they
time
think
I
what
heard
people
Saturday
want
Night
to hear.
Wrist, though,
But it's like, I hate it though, like after the album with Minerva, they all
Yeah, that was the
kind of sound the
subtitle.
same. They all kind of go for a shoegazy kind of metal
Well, they
sound.
found what they thought
Gore
would
was
make
different.
them more.
Gore
Gore
was
was-
shoegazy.
was it?
Yeah,
I mean, I thought it was more
shoegazy,
doom. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Doom and shoegaze. Shoe doom.
Shoe
Like a motherfucker.
Shadoom.
Shadoom.
Diamond, yeah, I don't know. Like one of my favorite albums is Diamond Eyes. It's not my most
Shadoomnesty.
favorite, but it's one
God
of them.
damn it, dude! I'm so sad.
But, alright, do you got anything else more to say about Bear Ghost?
I don't. Go check them out, especially if you, like I said, if you Creature Feature and Panic at the Disco. That's their
Good
sound. I
combination.
mean, there's no better way to
That's a good
describe it.
combination right there.
I mean, there's no better way to describe it. It's, you know, it's circusy. It's fucking like, think of a circus with rock music. It's pretty much what I, you know, and it's enjoyable. Every fucking song on their albums are fucking just.
I like this.
It makes me happy.
I like the description you come up with. Circusy metal. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. I get to see
Circusy metal.
fucking badass clowns in black and white
Right.
makeup just fucking
Like
rocking
a
shit.
fucking
Yeah.
Asian dude with a top hat in the middle of the ring.
Travis in the middle of the fucking ring.
Right? With some fucking clowns, and he's just doing this shit. And there's a fucking, like, dude, a clown, a bearded lady playing on a fucking drum.
Make that happen. Somebody make that happen. It should be awesome.
Right. Alright. But
Send
yeah,
in the
that's what I gotta
clowns,
say. That
metal
was my
version.
number 2. Because they're fucking awesome.
So my number 2, there's similarities with my last 2, in that they are taking it's basically a mishmash of genres, basically taking satanic music and mixing it with a very unconventional genre that
Let's see.
never really touched on Satanism. And number 2 is Zeal and Ardor, one of the best bands in the heavy metal scene right now that I've heard. Because like I've said, heavy metal I've been bored with for several years.
Yeah, you went
And-
into, like, techno for
Yeah, I've been checking. You know, I've been a fan of so many different genres. I go through phases. Every 6 months,
Right.
I'm in a
A
different
few
phase.
years ago,
We
I was
were-
really big into dubstep and Dead Mouse. Like,
Yeah.
I really got.
think
I
we all-
really dove
I-
into Dead Mouse.
I think
for,
it's just
like,
a new metal
3
fan
months.
start. So we all started as new metal fans, and all our genres sort of went the same
I
pattern.
really don't think it's that way.
Not me.
I don't think that.
I
works out.
fucking-
He was. Travis was never a huge new metal guy until like you know.
I grew up on Primus, Marilyn Manson, and Ween.
Well, see, I was more or less the guy who came in with like Cradle of Filth, fucking new metal.
Yeah, he
Limp Bizkit,
introduced me to a lot of
System of
metal
Down and shit.
that I
we
wound
met.
up
I was
listening
already into
to.
that. So
But Zeal in Our Door, the thing
Plantation
is,
metal is what I call it.
Oh, there you
slave
go.
metal.
No, it's plantation metal. Like it's. I mean, I'm not gonna go slave. We're gonna go plantation.
We'll mention
Because
this in a
it's
second.
very slave-like music,
I'm
but I
gonna
mean, there's
mention
nothing wrong
this.
with it. It's fucking awesome.
Check
You
it.
fucking rock that shit.
We'll check it. When somebody can take
Spiritual.
heavy metal, the reason I get so, the reason I'm such a big fan of like the folk metal and its many branches is because I'm a big fan of folk music and a fan of heavy metal. Those genres mesh so well. And
This
when
is like American folk music.
just when you thought that heavy metal has merged with everything, this guy goes ahead and takes black style hymns and mixes it with black metal, and holy fuck
It works.
if it does not work amazingly. And the guy said that take, for instance, like Josh called it slave metal, you called it plantation metal. The guy who runs Zeal in Our Door said that it's basically as if the slaves found Satan instead of Jesus.
Yeah.
And
It
it
makes
makes
sense.
Blood
so
in the
much
fucking
sense.
river
Blood in the
is fucking
river.
amazing. That's literally,
Blood in the river.
this shit is fucking
And it's-
glorious.
Oh my
very
god! It's so
raw.
heavy and raw and
It
stompy.
has such a raw sound to it.
Bluesy. It's church all day, but not your very conventional.
Well, I mean,
church.
yeah, it's very soul, but
Yeah.
not in the fucking wholesome soul way.
Exactly,
It
like-
goes completely opposite. It's like
See
fucking dark and
nobody
morbid
in
as
the
shit.
field,
They're talking
man.
about killing fucking
Oh my
saints.
God.
You know, fucking. I mean, anything opposite of God and
A
Jesus.
good God is a dead one. Good God is the one that bring the fire.
I mean, you can literally see a chain gang singing this shit.
yeah,
With fucking.
it's like a
swinging
chain
pickaxe.
gang. It's like if a chain gang became a black metal band. It is fucking
Right,
awesome.
It's fucking, yeah, I enjoy
and
it.
some of the
And it
best
fucking.
shit.
It literally bumps. It fucking.
Oh.
And my fucking
Yes.
stereo system, this shit fucking rattles the fucking neighborhood.
Yeah,
It is amazing.
Their album "Stranger Fruit" from last year, which is a play on Billie Holiday's "Strange Fruit." Fucking was my number one
fucking
album. My number one album
Row
of
was
last year.
fucking awesome.
Row, no, fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking good.
I
one.
still jam that shit. At least.
Now, Ship on Fire.
Ship
the
on
next
Fire.
Song, the next song that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I showed up. I came in on this Ship on Fire. The dude, it's so the imagery in that was fucking amazing.
on a ship on fire.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that's exactly how he says that.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is exactly how he
I've
says
heard
that.
that song
shit.
a shitload of times.
It is
I-
fucking
I dig it.
amazing. Because I heard Travis talk. This girl we know fucking was like, she was like a poser essentially. She's like, oh, this is cool. I like this. Bitch, you ain't never heard that. I had never heard that shit. I listened to that shit one time. Like, oh, I went out and fucking got both those albums. They're fucking amazing.
Fire.
Because it's like how we just heard the new Rob Zombie. When they mix Rob Zombie and Christmas, this is fucking plantation metal and fucking slave hymnals,
That's what it's for.
soul music, and
Just
fucking
hymns,
death
just
metal,
hymns.
black metal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Black
fuck
metal
yeah,
hymns,
it's
man.
fucking amazing.
It
That is a
so
combination
fucking
that
good.
works.
So fucking good, and it is
It's
genius.
super stompy.
Yeah,
it is
like
extremely
super stompy, head banging shit. But strange, like when you take the first album and then the Stranger Fruit album, they're both very much do the same things. But Stranger Fruit takes everything.
The devil is
literally.
fine.
Yeah, Stranger Fruit literally takes everything good about that first album and perfects it to a T, which is rare with any band. Because to me, Devil is Fine, that first album,
It's more raw.
top 10.
It's
10
very
or
raw.
10 out of 10, I mean.
It's the vocals.
10 out
Yeah.
of 10. But how do they wind up taking what to me is a 10 out of 10 album and they make it better than a 10 out of 10 album? They perfect.
It's those refined acoustic guitars.
Yeah.
Because
The,
there's not a ton of electric
The
in this thing.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
the swampiness. Wow.
You sound like you're going out in the fucking bayou, and this is the kind of shit you
You
would
are
hear.
there.
You are there.
You felt bad
There's
for the-
crickets. like
You see fucking like
the
swamps,
intro,
torches,
man.
and shit.
The
like
intro
fucking people fucking
to,
doing.
If you watch Django Unchained to this, it might work
Yeah,
out.
that would be a perfect analogy. Django Unchained,
the
fucking hardcore, fucking.
You can Django Unchained the motherfucker right to it.
the intro right before Gravedigger's chant
The servants
with see, cause you get
servants.
Demonetized.
Well, we haven't been monetized in over a year now because
Yeah.
we don't have
But
1,000
servants
subs.
is a fucking great song.
Servants.
Yeah, it literally is
Servants.
about exactly what they fucking are told completely about. How the servants are fucking
Don't
they
you
just
dare
fucking rebel and
look
go
away,
it's
boy.
fucking amazing.
Yo, no.
Leonardo, man, that's
look away, boy.
You have to have a taste for that
If
style.
you like
Bourbon.
anything
See,
soul
and that's
or
another
metal,
thing. Yeah, because I'm a major fan of old black music.
That's southern deep south soul music.
Yeah.
See, I always complain.
If you don't
about,
like it, then you will not like this. But
I
if you
always
like even a little
complain
bit, that
about
shit's
the South.
amazing.
I hate the South. I hate the weather here, man, mostly. But the imagery of the South, the old, just that old vibe, that
fucking Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption
especially
shit. Fucking
the dark side,
big fish.
Southern goth.
Southern goth is the best way to put it.
yeah.
That fucking
the voodoo side of the South. I fucking love just the dark side of the South. I'm very into.
Minus all the racist bullshit,
yeah.
the South has some of the best imagery of all of it.
Yeah,
It's so
and-
fucking gothic, yet in its own refined
Right,
way.
it's like you have like the
swamp
European
goth.
gothic stuff, and then you have
That is a new
southern
genre.
swamp goth. Yeah.
Because
Like,
it's always
take
at
this
odds.
outfit and
The
throw in a
South-
fucking
The South tries so
nice
hard
little
to be
fucking Wolfman
holy.
hat.
Skull on that shit.
The South tries so hard to be holy.
Prince Frog.
The South tries so hard to be holy.
we just embrace its darkness with its holiness.
Right.
It fucking comes out perfectly.
And the
You get that
thing
soul
is,
with the darkness.
the
it's
South
amazing.
has a lot of darkness, but the South is always trying to be holy, and it's like, there's some major contrast and conflict there.
Hell yeah,
And-
anything
but
from Mississippi over this way, the music is fucking amazing and
I'm
different.
a major fan of that Savannah voodoo,
New Orleans style.
New Orleans and Louisiana, that voodoo shit.
That's why
and
Godsmack, that first fucking album, was so fucking amazing. They had that fucking kind of that voodoo-y fucking that deep New Orleans style.
Godsmack is amazing. I'm just saying.
That
good.
first album is awesome.
That fuck's first
Good.
album's awesome.
First
I mean,
album's
hell, the
awesome.
song Voodoo is fucking amazing song.
But man, just
You
the
got picture
way they paint a picture in your mind. Because like I was trying to say, I'm a major fan of old black music. Robert Johnson, John Lee Hooker, Billie Holiday. The list goes on. Son House. I'm a major fan
Jazz.
of early
Southern
just
jazz and
blues ass music, the rawest of the raw. And I'm a major fan of that shit. And these motherfuckers, were that shit was metal for its time. Dudes who were saying, "Oh man, the devil taught me how to play." You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
We don't have these kind of legends anymore.
that's what was great in the
rock
fucking
music.
Oh Brother Art Thou.
Yeah,
The
Tommy
guitarist
Johnson,
met
Tommy
the devil
Johnson.
at the crossroads, and he
Yeah,
taught him how to
I
play
was
that
talking about that
amazing
earlier.
blues
Robert
guitar.
Johnson.
He turned him into a horny toad.
But you had Robert Johnson and
Only
Tommy
the South
Johnson.
can give you this shit. This fucking was so amazing about it.
Who I forgot who the guy was who would play in the graveyard at night because the spirits would enhance his playing. There is a imagery to old Southern music that is dark and soothing that Zeal and Ardor tap into flawlessly, and to mix it with the black metal stuff, and it's not annoying black metal, like it's fucking, and it is reserved. It is
I wouldn't
reserved.
even call it black metal. It's just Satan, like satanic.
Well, the origin of this band, the guy went
It's
on
more gothy
4chan.
with that one though.
The guy
Black
went
metal's
on
more
4chan,
gothic metal.
and the guy went on 4chan, and he had asked the group, all the people on the internet, give me some ideas of a mishmash of genres.
Oh yeah.
And a guy
I came with
straight
that,
up says, mix black metal with N-word music. And there you have it. Fucking Zeal and Ardor.
Yeah. He got soul music from that, but he...
Fucking amazing. One of my favorite bands. Top favorite bands right now, 3 that are active as we're speaking. There's Ghost, Zeal Ardor, and then my number 1 I'm about to bring up. Please look at Zeal and Ardor, especially if you're a fan of old Southern black music and
Even
you're
just
a fan
a
of
little
heavy
bit.
metal.
I mean, because it's not entirely all soul, but it's all got that really good Southern... You know, if you like if you even like Hank 3 in any form, this is amazing because it's like a completely, it's the same style but completely done like on the opposite view.
I like Zeal and Ardor.
Yeah, they're fucking amazing. I love.
I don't like Southern black, like a lot of Southern style.
Well, you don't like the stars in my passageway.
Like I don't really care.
I love that New Orleans
I don't really
style
care
South music. I love it
for that style of music. But what they do with
you need to turn that shit on.
If we did live in shitty Georgia, I would live in New Orleans.
I have tried it. I don't like
turn
it.
that shit on.
Like I said, if I didn't live here, I'd rather live in fucking Mississippi. Just a straight up Creole.
Tell you the truth, I would rather live
Creole
up
food.
north.
I like the food.
I'd rather be where
Washington
it's cold.
State is fucking awesome.
I lived in Washington State. I remember. I was a kid. I was like a really little kid, but I remember that shit. I love the food there.
I love Washington State. That shit was so good.
I used to love eating Rainbow Trout for some reason. I don't know why.
Food was good there. The fucking environment was good there.
It was cold when it's supposed to be cold, and it was warm.
It was
when it should
cold
be warm.
when it wasn't. It was cold when it's supposed to be cold, and it kind of warmed.
Maybe
up.
that's that
It's still
global
cold.
warming shit.
See, it's the opposite of what's down here. Is we get 2 good months of cold.
No, what we get is it's hot, freezing fucking cold, hot. It's just about. We don't get. There's no spring or fucking fall. It's fucking freezing cold winter and then fucking summer.
No, we get summer, and when it gets sick, it gets cold.
It's supposed to be
it's like achoo, here's a cold front, and then it gets back to summer.
Our atmosphere catches the flu
Well,
for about a month.
It's summer with the flu. That's our winter.
Columbus. We live in what's called the fucking valley. Because in Chattahoochee Valley, we get all this shit. We're getting 20 degrees this week. It's supposed to be in the 20s. Can't wait. I really wish we'd get some fucking snow. I mean, I finally have a fucking truck with all-terrain tires and shit. I'm like, I want to fucking go mudding in some snow.
I work with a lady named Gudrun. She's German. She's a really good buddy of mine, and she lived in Germany over a lot of years.
Oh, I grew up in Germany.
And so she's always really
growing up.
She's always really cold.
I lived there.
It'll be
growing up.
It'll be 50 degrees outside, and she's cold. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You're from Germany. She's like, oh, but it's a dry cold.
It's a dry cold.
And I'm
snow is just dry as fuck.
I'll tell her, I'm like, it's only 33, and she's like, oh.
I mean, around here it sucks because
I'd rather moisture.
I'd rather have fucking snow than rain because rain is moist, it's damp. You can't do that.
But that's what I love about
beautiful. It's
what I love
dry.
about our winters. Our winters here in the South aren't snowy; they are rainy and cloudy and wet.
But can't remember. This Thanksgiving was the first
skeleton trees and leaves all over
it's
the
humid
road,
as
just
shit.
Wet. Well, not a
That
nasty
balls,
humid,
especially
though.
for big guys. I mean, we're like sweating our
nasty
balls off.
humid.
Like it's supposed to be cold outside. We should be like fucking. This would be our prime.
It's foggy. It's our winters have a very distinct feel.
It sucks when it's like raining on Thanksgiving. This is the first Thanksgiving we had that it didn't rain.
Not necessarily. It didn't rain the past couple years.
I just
It rained last year.
It's always raining this time of year.
This is the first year it was nice and
I
cold.
would love to have fucking snow.
It was very comfortable. I think last year was in the 70s.
Yeah, last year was in the 70s.
70s is high for November, so I mean...
Yeah, that
like,
it's
pretty
what's
average
bad
here.
is that the coldest part of our year is February. So we have to wait till February.
Yeah, I know. Like the last time we had a
like-
snowstorm was in fucking March. You're like, what the fuck? We had a snowstorm
our
in
summers
March.
keep getting pushed farther back. So by Christmas in
crazy.
10
It's like-
years,
it's like
Christmas
perfect
will be
at Christmas.
like 80. Like Christmas is gonna be like 80 degrees in 10 years because it just keeps going further.
So-
and then like our winters are gonna end up being March, April, and May. So
But old buddy Mick is the one who told me about Zeal and Ardor. Highly recommended. Amazing fucking group.
yeah, that's where I learned it
They
from.
touch my musical bone in a
He
way.
touched his bone.
They touch my musical bone in a way that a lot of
Musical
artists
boner.
have not. since maybe my early 20s. And what is your number 2, Joshy Poo?
This is hard. Let me think. I guess
Just
the best way to be.
tied.
Well, see, because first, I think, all right, so number 1 is going to be pretty easy. So the second one would be Scars on Broadway. Because the new album. I liked them because when I first heard them, I was looking up, because Sode pretty much said they were fucking over. So I started looking up bands that sound
And I
like Sode.
hate it. I hate it when, we did the podcast, we did the System of a Down retrospective. We're like, oh man, a new System album's coming out. They announced it.
It did. It technically, it was just going to be the album that fucking Scars on Broadway, second out. Darren's second album, he wrote and did himself entirely. It was going to be that album because pretty much Darren is System of a Down. Serge was brought in to sing. It is his band. The first Scars was kind of raw. It showed. It had the sound, like the guitar, the musical sound of System, because Darren, but it didn't have the
Darren's
lyrics.
trashy vocals.
Okay, I'll give you that much. Yeah, 3 of the songs I love. I love the 3 of the songs. The rest of the songs are like,
I'm just this fucking.
The worst System of a Down fan versus
I'm
the best.
not a worse System.
I
Okay,
know.
I love System of a Down, not as much as you two, but I love System
Well, yeah,
of a Down.
it's
I'm
a combination of
If they
two
had a
vocals.
dick, I'd suck it.
But
Right.
yeah, the first album, his lyrically, it wasn't that good because Darren was still trying to learn his way.
Wasn't that good at all.
Well, yeah, we're trying to be nice. Okay?
Nice.
But the second one, I like it because it really sounded more lyrically, because it sounded closer to Mesmerized, Hypnotized, because Darren wrote pretty much the fucking whole damn albums. Serge didn't get no say because Serge didn't want to have nothing to do with it. I've been waiting till when I found out. I got into Scars on Broadway because the System of a Down stopped, and I was listening to it and I heard the fucking underground. Somebody stole recorded it when they weren't supposed to, of talking shit in Guns on. It was talking shit. So I listened to it, and then eventually he came out with Scars on Broadway. Said our new album's coming soon. They had the website. They had Guns Are Loaded.
And this was
That
like
shit
what,
was
2012?
It was
ages
it was
ago.
fucking forever ago. They said coming out next year. Well, then of course, I think it was Revolver magazine said Darren did an interview and he said, "Oh, the album's done. I finished it in 1 week. I wrote it, did the lyrics,
It
did the
sounds
music."
like someone wrote an album in 1 week. That's how bad it is.
This man hates it. He really fucking hates it. It's okay.
I haven't heard the new
It's like
album.
assholes. We all have our own.
But the
we all
first
have
album
them.
was
It's
awful.
his opinion. But
In my opinion, lately it's been very good. So.
I guess that's true. But yeah, I love the 20-second clip of Guns Are Loaded because it's like, oh my god, this is System of a Down. Because one, it was him. Because the original Scars on Broadway, it was him and the drummer. What's his? I can never remember his fucking name.
I don't know.
Poor drummers and bassists never get fucking remembered. But yeah, it was the drummer. But
Isn't it like Chavo or some shit?
Chavo. No,
Chavo's the bassist.
Chavo's the bassist.
So I just said, everyone remembers the bassist.
Everyone
The drummer knows.
well, because he had that unique look.
No one knows who Korn's new bass or new drummer is.
It was the brunette guy. That's all I remembered. I know who he looks like.
Bald dude that was with the goat.
Yeah, that was.
Just nobody who is as good as
But-
Ray or Dave Silveria. Or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Everyone knows Dale Severa because he has that weird last name.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
like Severa, we don't remember what he looks like.
I remember hearing Scars on Broadway because
I remember what he looks like in the South Park episode.
Yeah.
That's the only time I ever remember what he looks like.
Yeah, but Scars on Broadway came because they had the song "They Say" on was it Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
I remember it was Rock Band or Guitar Hero.
It was
that
one
had
of those.
The first
years
time
ago.
I ever heard
I was like,
them.
that was the first song I actually able 100% without fucking. I can look away from the screen and play it perfectly. I was like, this fucking band's amazing. It sounds like System of a Down. Who is this? I looked it up and it was Scars on Broadway. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking Darren. What the fuck? I was like, holy shit, he's got another band. Because he did something because he lost
It
Sode.
was just a couple hours.
It was literally just a couple years after the
album.
last. Yeah. So I got into them and the underground rumblings about the second album. I was like, sweet, great. And it's coming out in a year. It's like, coming out next year. Because they had the singles. They had They Say. I mean, not They Say. Guns Are Loaded was what was a 20-second clip on the website. everyone loved it. We went, and the Talking Shit was the one we all went and saw on YouTube because they did a Scars on Broadway did a show, and we waited. Next year rolled around. Darren said he went to Revolver magazine and said like, I want to wait till the fucking hype for the album dies. He didn't want nobody to be ready for the album. And I think like 7 years later, we get
people forgot about it.
yeah. Well, I always remember like because he said the album was fucking done.
This man,
I
every year would complain.
like where the fuck's that damn
hasn't
album?
come out? And when we went to go do the System of a Down
They
retro,
finally said that they're gonna come out with a new album, and
I called it. I told her, I said, watch, Josh is gonna say that the new System of a Down is gonna be
fucking
that
second
Scars on
Scars of
Broadway.
that second album.
And if not, this motherfucker, goddamn straight up said that shit. I was like, this is Josh. He is so passionate about some fucking Darren and shit. I was like, he fucking, I
Because
called
he
it.
was the band.
Yeah.
He wrote most of the fucking music.
I would say musically, I don't mind Scars on Broadway. I just really hate Darren Malakian's voice.
I fucking
Well,
hate you, face.
I understand what you're saying because with him
There's
and
a-
Surge,
I don't really.
Yeah,
Like, we
two-
talk about this though. Surge and
it's
Darren
two conflicting
are a
voices
perfect duet.
that were. Yeah, they were because they're two completely opposite voices
They just
that work
together
great.
so great.
They work so well.
But apart, I like them both two apart. Because
Yeah.
I like
love the first and
Darren's
like the dead.
wild fucking yeah. Ooh.
And his
Yeah,
lyrics
I
are
don't
great.
know.
I loved his lyrics when he writes his music.
Yeah.
Whereas Surge, that's why I loved it. He
It's
left
all
the
about
dead.
the tone of ear though.
And I might be the biggest asshole.
Like,
I
I don't know.
asshole.
To
Yeah.
me, Darren's.
I killed your rock.
Well, it's how music goes. It's gonna be you either like his voice or you fucking don't, because his voice
I
is
tell you
fucking
what.
it's extreme.
Vocally, if you're an AC/DC fan, you'll like You'll like Scars on Broadway.
Did this motherfucker?
He has the
You
same.
just compared Darren to fucking Angus Young.
Right.
Nice.
He has that high pitched
Brian
kind
Johnson.
of
Brian
raspy
Johnson.
style
Damn,
vocals.
what's
too.
that? I'm
Did
too
this
damn wrong
man
to do this.
just?
I did. That's alright.
Did this man just?
Yeah, he did.
All right, think about it though. All right,
But he's
listen
right.
to-
He's got a point.
Cause I'm king, and then you have Darren like, let me go. It's like this high pitched
That's very-
kind
was
of
it
raspy
The
style.
Sopranos, that fucking voice style, the higher pitch is soprano.
Soprano. He's not soprano. No, he's
Well,
like
whatever.
a tenor. Some shit.
Okay, yeah. Well, I don't know what the fucking words are, but yeah, he's that higher pitch.
Yeah.
Where Surge is that
Oh,
much
it
lower.
felt like, but I can't hear that.
But
constantly.
David, you do it so well. Why do you hate it?
Because it's easy to. I have the same style of vocals, and I wouldn't.
He
say
hates himself, folks. I hate myself.
I don't sing for a reason.
And I
Yeah.
felt
I don't want to sound
I don't wanna sound like
asshole.
Darren Malakian. Because
Yeah. But yeah, it's
so I felt like the biggest. I felt like like that's
Yeah.
what he sounds like. He's this
And it's
high pitched
awesome.
tenor style.
it is. It's either you like it or you don't. It's understandable because
That's what it sounds like.
me and Travis like it. We understand you like the more of the
love
Surge style. We
I like
the
Surge
fucking
style
Darren
because
style.
it's just the tone. The tone.
But Surge style I love because
He
it's,
does have a
it's
great voice.
wild and it's frantic but for some reason to those two guys together,
It
Word.
clashes,
Like-
but in a perfect
so
way.
like
well.
I said,
It's
like I was
anarchy, but
talking
it
about
meshes so well.
when
Yeah.
you take early Genesis that had Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel, those two together, their vocals complemented each other so fucking well. And the
It's like
same
Korn and Limp Bizkit and fucking All in the Family.
No, don't say that again.
same thing.
I knew he'd hate that.
You're gonna hit him in the face.
I know he'd hate
I
that.
know he's getting so close.
Now you're good.
It's so close. Even like with Roger
Knock him
Waters and
out.
David Gilmour, those voices, man, those voices together are so powerful. There's just some artists
It's actually
who
my guitar. I
have
don't want to
two
break it.
different, and they have two different styles of
$100
singing,
guitar.
and that when they
$160.
meld together, they form this perfect fucking.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's two parts of the whole. I mean, yeah, I can
It
understand what you're
works
saying.
so well.
Darren's voice is so extreme on one end that you don't have Surge balancing it the
Balance
other
Nothing
way.
to balance, which is.
But
I mean, and I like.
For
some
us,
rock
it's as
music.
close to fucking System of the Down as we're possibly going to get ever again because we know there's never going to be another solo
Right,
album.
and like I said, musically, I dig Scars on Broadway because I like the sound of AD. I mean, that's
Yeah.
System of a Down. Please stop saying sewed. An S-O-A-D. This is S-O-A-D.
I like the sound of System of a Down.
Soda.
Right, but I don't like.
So
Like I said,
So
it works
odd.
really well back and forth, kind of with Serge and Darren.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they
And how it
complement
works.
each other
Darren
perfectly.
Malakian is a fantastic guitarist. You know,
He's the
I
music
learned-
side of it,
Yeah,
and Serge is
I
the
learned a
vocal
lot.
side.
I know a lot of the guitar parts to System of a Down songs. Like I know, I can play a few. I can play Spiders.
I was the
And
first
I can
one
play-
out of everybody to be able to play roulette.
Right. So
That's true.
Nothing really.
It's easy.
you know,
yeah.
it's not difficult. I mean, because he's a rhythm guitarist though at heart. He's not a soloist. Like he can solo. Anyway,
It's like Sweet Dreams. Every guitarist learns that shit. That's the first song I ever fucking learned. Yeah.
It was the first song
So-
I ever learned that was fairly complicated.
True.
what Josh is saying, if you really
Don't you dare speak for Josh.
feel the need, and you need some System of a Down.
Yeah,
if
it's
you don't want to
Scar-
go
it's
back to
perfect.
System of a Down, go to Scars on Broadway.
Go to Vampires on Tomato Juice.
Yeah, actually, it'd be Vampires be
Do
the
that.
best release.
Much
for
better.
Best, it's better. But I mean, like the first Surge album, it's fucking great. I love it like the Dead. It's a great album.
Yeah.
Because it still sounded like Sewed, but more Surge. But after that, it just completely he does his own thing because eventually we all
He
learned.
does this female vocal thing that really throws it off for me. Like I enjoy Serge's voice.
Which is what Pogo Stick. Pogo, 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 pogo.
Pizza. Yeah, I mean, come on.
No, like
Steal
when
this
he
album
sounds
is the
like-
fucking best album. Honestly, it is.
when Serge does that girly like background chorus stuff, I'm always like, why didn't you just hire somebody to do that?
Higher chorus.
Like hire a girly some actual real women instead of going like I just picture Serge with his fucking fro.
You
And
know-
like going off, and he's just like, my empty walls, or whatever. Like he's doing that in front of the mic to do his own backup vocals, and I'm just like, why are you doing that?
Well,
Like I'm wondering if he mixed it himself, or if there's an actual dude there producing, like helping to produce. And he
well,
just
you know,
goes,
after
He
we
just
all
looks
heard
at him
the
like,
story
"Oh, fuck."
after, you know, because when he's talking about they're going to come out with the new album, which would have been the fucking Scars on Broadway's second album.
he's like,
that's
la la
most
la la
singles.
la la la.
We all heard the story where
Right? That's what he does though. He's like la 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 la.
it's like I said,
That's what he's doing though. Like I'm picturing him in the studio and
He's
he's doing both
overcompensating.
vocals. And it's
Maybe
like,
he's
it's
overcompensating.
comedic to me. Like it's very funny and I'm just like, but it's serious, like lyrically, it's serious stuff he's talking about. And
Maybe-
then he just comes out of nowhere.
My mama stuck her finger in my butt. My mama stuck her finger in my butt.
you gotta remember, we all heard the story that he came out and said, "Oh, Darren fucking ran the band. I didn't get no say in shit." So maybe he's overcompensating. Like he didn't get to say
Maybe
shit.
he's
So now he wants to do every
I don't
fucking
know,
thing.
Maybe he's just like trying to encompass King Diamond and be like, I want to
Maybe.
hit those notes.
Because-
King Diamond's like, let me know what
Whereas-
you can. Let me know.
Darren never said Scars on Broadway was
Right,
a solo.
right. You know that's how he does it. He's like, and the doom, the darkness. Let me know what you want. Doom, the darkness. That is exactly like King Diamond. You know
exactly. It does. You got that
That's
fucking.
what he does.
You got low and fucking high. That's what
When
he
he
does.
does his growl, he's like, I'm the evil king of nothing. You know. Like, King Diamond does that shit. Like,
You have to
nothing.
give Surge. That's fucking amazing.
But
to be
that's
able
what
to do that.
Surge does too, though. He's just like la 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 la, and you know I wonder if he has another mic behind him. He's like, he just turns.
It's possible.
He just turns his head. And he's like,
My favorite lyrics of the year. Favorite lyrics of the year is Doom the Darkness. Doom the Darkness.
Yeah, I said it's. I like Scars because it gave me some. It gave me 2/3 of System of a Down. That's essentially what it was. 'Cause Surge gave you 1/3. Surge was like 1/3 of System of a Down, where Scars of Broadway was 2/3. So I got like
oh, I'm crying.
66% System of a Down. I loved it. I mean, it wasn't the greatest. I would have rather seen them actually use those songs as a System of a Down with Surge actually singing. Everyone saw the fallout between Surge and Darren. That fucking Surge hates Darren. They fucking
No, they don't. Those guys always talk about it. They still talk like.
Well, I mean, they're still
buds.
friends, but as a
Musically,
bandmate,
they
they're
don't
not ever
like
going
for
to
each
fuck.
other.
There'll never be another System of a Down. We already know it. It's not going to happen because
They'll
Darren
still
don't
tour.
want. Yeah, Darren don't
As
want to
far
give
as
up.
new music,
Yeah.
probably not.
Darren will never fucking want to give up control because other members of the band wrote music too. Shavo just fucking like, I got a song. Shut up, Shavo. Okay. That's pretty much what it was. Surge is the only one that challenged
Like,
Darren.
you know, the drummer's like, oh, like this beat. No.
You shut up. You're even less than the fucking bassist. Shut your
Like, I
mouth.
just picture, like, Adam Sandler's,
Airhead.
and he's like, no.
Airhead. Because he played a drummer in fucking Airheads too.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. You shut your mouth. But he wouldn't say nothing because he was part of Scars on Broadway too. So he's got skin in the game for making Scars on Broadway
right.
popular. But yeah, I mean, so the second album, Scars on Broadway, which should have been the System of a Down album, but it would have just been System of a Down featuring Darren with Surge as backup singer because Surge had no fucking say in it, which is understandable. He was pissed on Hypnotized, Mesmerized. They didn't want any of his music. It was all Darren who wrote. Darren and Shavo wrote the music for System and Hypnotized and Mesmerized.
I think Shavo needs to do his own vocals now. Let's hear him.
I think I could have swore there's something he's in.
He hasn't been in, like, he's in, like, some side band that no one knows about because he's not popular.
Poor guy.
Unfortunately.
He's fucking cool.
And
he's a good
he's the
bassist.
one guy, like, if you always see an article about System of a Down coming back, it's
yeah.
always about his article. Like, he's always like, oh yeah, I've talked to him. They said no.
He's the neutral guy. He tries to make the peace between
feel
Darren
bad
and
for
Surge,
him.
but it never happens.
I feel so bad. I'm like, man, I really feel bad for that. Like, look, bro, I got you.
Yeah, it is. It's got two big egotistical people. Darren and Surge are very egotistical, and they clash, and that's
'cause
what
they're
ruined.
rich.
But I'm so glad that they ended it with Mesmerized, Hypnotizing, though Surge didn't want to do it, which is sad. He'd come out and he said, like, I didn't want to do that at all.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, okay,
Turned
well,
out
thank
so
God
good.
you did. It turned out great. It's not. Like I said, I'm with you. Still, this album was the fucking best one.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. That's
Yeah,
my number one.
that's the heart right there.
Hypnotized, Mesmerized, all the way.
That's great because it's two albums that play together perfect. I love how it starts with Soldier Side, it ends with fucking Soldier Side. That's fucking an amazing album.
Yeah,
The imagery in that one's great, but you can clearly tell where Surge started in the beginning and Darren fucking wrote all the music in the end.
Yeah.
You can clearly tell the difference.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
like-
Druggy, political, just
The
fucking
one thing is
imagery.
that when you hear the songs with Darren actually in it, like, more often, you can definitely tell who wrote it though.
Yeah, exactly. You
Like,
can tell
and
who
you can
wrote
tell,
it.
like, to me, this is the reason why those aren't my favorite albums. I mean, they
I
are.
can
good
understand, yeah.
They're fucking great albums, but like Darren Malakian's songs themselves, kind of threw it off a little bit enough.
It didn't
just
really have
enough.
much of a meaning
Like,
either.
you
Like
have-
the first one's
like
kind of
Lonely Day
Well, they were
was a
weird
total
and
random
fun.
song.
That's why they were
right? Yeah, they're
awesome,
weird
though.
and fun, but like I'm saying though,
They weren't
it's-
political. The first ones were political because
like
it was
you have
Surge.
this, you have this whole album of Mesmerized that came out, and you're like, it's all like one good piece flowing after the next, and then Hypnotized comes out, and Darren's like, I'm gonna throw in like 3 or 4 of my songs in there, and you're gonna like it, suck it.
Yeah, you
Right.
don't like it, and who cares what
And
you
like,
think? Yeah,
you know,
exactly. That's
and
what,
those are they're fun, weird songs, but I think that's what threw it off, is why still this album's pretty much gonna be my favorite album, because I think that album went so well, and it wasn't super popularized like Toxicity was. You know, Toxicity was
that was the MTV album. That was their
right. That's their
because Aerials
their
was their
popular.
MTV
That's,
music
everyone
video.
knows Toxicity. There are people.
Aerials.
Sitting in my room.
Right, there were
with a
people,
needle
though,
in my hand.
who don't listen to metal, but they
kombucha
know.
Mushroom
Like there are
people
people
is
who's
the
like,
best.
I like Taylor Swift, and they know about Toxicity.
Mushroom people.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. Sitting in my room.
Sitting
No
in
music.
my room with a needle in my hand,
Waiting
for the tomb of some old dying man. Sitting in my room with some old dying man. So
Yeah, I'm just thinking about his fucking tapeworm. That's fucking amazing.
Pull the tapeworm out of your ass.
Hey,
fucking
amazing.
just love the shit.
That shit, because that was like a drug-fueled album.
It sounds like fucking Pee Wee Herman right there.
Yeah, so like Scars on Broadway would be number 2 for me.
All right,
So,
cool.
yeah. I know David.
Right.
We all know David
What?
don't like Scars on Broadway. It's okay. It's your opinion.
I
You
have
like
an
it.
opinion. That's why I'm on these videos nowadays. Is because I have some argumentative.
That's
to
different
something.
because we
That's why
can
you're
agree.
he doesn't invite me over because we're friends. He's just like, damn, I need someone to debate me.
David, you are dude, you are our frickin' friend.
I know.
We don't have very many friends that are actual true friends.
Oh
you
yeah,
are a
I
true
get
friend.
it. I'm
You're one of
loyal
us.
I'm loyal to the death.
One of us.
One of us.
One of us. Google gobble. Google gobble.
I'm the only one with kids.
Okay, man. Well, you're at number
Well,
one, David.
you know,
Lead
you
the
should
way,
keep-
man.
I think we need a cigarette or slash
Okay.
a vape.
The man wants a fucking break for number one.
I need a cigarette.
Yeah, slash vape, 'cause I don't-
So we're at number 1 now, guys. What is going to be the number 1 band you guys should be checking out? Find out after this. We are back, and we're at our number 1s now.
All right, David.
David, what is your number 1 band that people should be checking out right now?
Thank you, scientist.
I knew it, and
Holy
they're badass.
fuck.
They're
Alright.
fucking awesome.
All right, so
if you're a prog metal fan or just a prog fan in general,
if you like
That's these two. I'm not a
big
prog fan,
bands, like not like big bands as in they're
Lots
big,
of
but the
horns.
big band style, like with horns, trumpets, and fucking trombones and saxophones and violins in a few of their songs. I mean, Thank You, Scientist is probably gonna end up one of my favorite
I'm a
bands.
ska fan. That's about
I
the
mean,
only thing else.
so all right, so we were talking about this is what got me to look for that ran me into them about a week ago, right? So I heard Thank You. I've heard of them, right? I heard a song from them about a year ago, and forgot about it. Right? I heard it, cool, moved on from it, didn't really go back, and then we started talking about the 2019 favorite albums of the year, right? And I had a few albums, but I was like, I really wanted to find some more albums that I can kind of compare to, that came out this year. Because I've heard, we were going to have pretty much similar lists on some of them, different spots on them, but there's going to be a lot of the bands, I think, that we're going to match up. And you know me, I'm one of those people, I like to find something that none of us has really, no one else has really heard of. I mean, Thank You Scientist has been around for a while, apparently. They have 7 albums.
Yeah, they've been around a minute.
And they have a shitload of EPs and singles and stuff that have been coming out.
That's the best way to find music. Try to find something that's
Right,
that's how I found
and
disco.
that was my thing. I was like,
Fashion
who has
Disco.
come? And my thing was,
Badass.
who has come out with new albums this year that and that's something I would like in the style. But I was looking for a band. So I come across, I've been listening to Lepers, and by far another one of my favorite bands, especially of this year. And I was like, they're a fucking awesome prog band. And then, I've always been a big fan of Haken. Devin Townsend just came, his new album this year. And Devin Townsend's actually has a phenomenal album. And, you're very distracting. So Devin Townsend, I was like, all right, so I want some new prog. So Thank You, Scientist. I started listening to they have a new album. It was 2019. I was like, fuck, I'll give them, I heard of them. I'm going to give it a listen. It's called, Terraformer. Yeah, that's right. So Terraformer, right? I've been listening to that shit fucking almost every day this week. This album is amazing. Alright, a couple years ago, I found Haken, introduced him to Travis, found their album The Mountain, which came out in 2013. This album,
One of the best modern prog albums out
by
there.
far one of the best prog albums out there, and I love that album. Has been one of my favorite albums to listen to in the past 10 years easily. Well, this album is up there with that. That is how good this fucking album is. It is proggy. I mean, the trumpets, the vocals give me, I compared it to, I told Travis, it sounds like if you took Haken and Rush and they're like, hey, let's add some trumpets to our band, and melded it together. But after listening to the guy's vocals, reminds me of how Michael Jackson actually sings.
The guy's got some unique vocals.
He does, and he has that same high like the same.
The high prog voice.
Yeah.
A lot of prog artists use that high voice, and it's been like that since the 70s.
It works so well with this though.
Yeah, it's a very unique high kind of voice.
And I gotta go back. Like I'm gonna just pretty much download all their albums in the next few weeks. I'm pretty much by the end of the year, by Christmas time, I'm gonna hear pretty much everything they have because I'm thinking this is gonna be one of my top bands of the decade. I mean, this is how good. And I've just been like the last couple of years, I've just been falling into prog music. Travis has known me forever, and he knows that I didn't get into prog music until recently anyway.
I've been a fan of prog music for many years.
Travis has been the main guy, and he's been telling me.
We all be like, God damn, Travis, that's the prog, man.
If you go back into some of the videos that I've been in, he's told me, you need to listen to some prog, you need to do this. And then finally, like I said, Haken was the band that got me into it, and I dove hard. I mean, I dove hard. There are bands that he hasn't heard yet that I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, there's a lot. You've introduced me to a lot of newer prog bands. I haven't really. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of fell off of prog for a while because like I said, I go through phases.
Yeah.
Every 6 months, I'm listening to something different, and so yeah, you've introduced me to a lot of newer prog metal bands that have blown me away.
Yeah.
Because even Between the Bear and Me got kind of lame with last year's double album, but Haken filled that void. Haken definitely filled that void.
Then the Devin Townsend's new album this year.
Devin Townsend was
Leprous
one of the most
Pitfalls
phenomenal albums I've heard in a long time.
Leprous has a new album this year that's fucking amazing. Like I said, Thank You Scientists. This album there's another band which is not on this list but called Voyager, which I just heard of because of Thank You Scientists this last week. And I would say definitely there's another band, honorable mention. Voyager is a fucking amazing prog band that you need to hear, by the way, because they're fucking awesome. Not as all, but Thank You Scientists. I mean, there's something I always love when a band does something different. Like we were talking about Zero Ardor, right? They're doing the whole plantation metal style, slave metal, black person metal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
All right, whatever you want to.
I'm fucking wasted, y'all.
Something completely different from
something
everyone
completely
else
different. So when you get this metal sound, right, this proggy style, like jam band, and then singer, and then you throw in trumpets and the saxophone solos and some piano solos and a fucking violin solo and this shit. And every fucking song on this album, there's like 14, 15 songs. There's a lot of songs. There's no filler songs.
It's a prog album, right?
It's a prog album.
So it's like 6, 7, what?
No.
How many minutes long each song?
I maxed out the longest song on that album is about 11 minutes.
Holy shit, that's a long ass fucking
It's about
album.
11 minutes.
What's upsetting is that a lot of prog artists today don't do like they used to do, man. In the 70s, you would get a 40-minute long song.
Ask this man's wife about Zappa, and she will fucking
23 minutes long. So.
Jesus Christ, Zappa!
Yeah.
I can't.
I mean, you get some
Brain Salad Surgery had the greatest show, which had to be continued on the second side.
Well, the problem is, I don't see it as a problem because I think people have a shorter attention span.
They do have a way shorter attention span, but that's
like because of that, I think this is
the Death Magnetic. People hated that Metallica album because they said the songs are too damn long.
I hated it because it sucked.
You know what
I didn't hate it because it was long. I hated it because it was bad.
The reason I didn't like it, it was fucking sampled too goddamn loud.
I mean, it was.
They fucking maxed the volume out. You play the shit on volume, it was like.
I would definitely say Death Magnetic was better than Saint Anger.
Well, yeah.
But it's still.
Pit farting on a snare drum is better than Saint Anger, man.
But I'm not a big Metallica fan. I dug their newest album up until the radio killed every song because they played every fucking song off that album.
Holy shit! I forgot about their new album. We You like that
Hardwired,
album?
I liked it okay.
I liked
we liked
it.
the new album.
I liked it until it was killed off by the radio. The radio literally played.
It doesn't
every
hold
fuck-
up as
it doesn't.
well.
It doesn't. Well, I mean,
the
Metallica
biggest,
will never hold up to old Metallica.
the biggest
New Metallica's
detriment
never
was the
gonna
fact
hold up to
that
old Metallica.
Kirk Hammett didn't have
The next
anything
album,
to
you
do
never
with the
know.
writing.
Well, no, he's fucking back in rehab because of his fucking drinking problems. So
I
we
mean,
never know.
their next
James.
album may be the
Shit.
Green album. I don't know. Or whatever that means. The
Yeah.
comeback. Right?
But yeah,
the green,
yeah,
the
a
go,
progressive-
green means go.
Yeah, back.
So anyway, so thank you, scientists. Every fucking song on there is fucking brilliant. Chronology is probably the most fucking craziest song on this album. And I heard this song earlier yesterday, and I was just like, holy shit, I'm a joke as fuck.
Okay,
I heard this song though, and I was just like, man. I mean, I was amazed, like, just amazed. This whole album is like, it's an amazing fucking album. I mean, there's nothing else I can say about it because go listen to it for yourself. Blow your own fucking mind.
Just like because I've never been a big prog fan. Travis, I can't stand Zappa. I cannot stand it. Jeez, I'm with Stasi. His wife is like, oh my god,
I
Travis
don't
plays
think
too
I've
much
ever actually
Zappa.
listened to Zappa.
Oh my, he made us watch that fucking movie. Oh my god.
The move 200
Jesus
Motels.
Christ.
Oh my
Holy
god.
Christ. So convoluted. I can see why it's interesting, but I don't like prog. And this because I watched it, I was like, Travis, this guy can't play the same song twice ever. He's like, no, he couldn't. Because no fucking song is ever the
There's
fucking
a
same
certain
because he
point-
couldn't do it.
yeah, there's
It's
a
so
certain-
fucking random that they all do something different. They could
Right.
not
Well,
possibly.
see, I think the thing
I could
with-
see you liking some Zappa, not all of it.
Yeah.
Some of it
The
was
thing
cool
with
though. I
me
give you some
is
of that.
that
It was, but it was
I've fallen
too much
into
for me.
I've fallen into that little area where I like a lot of the newer style prog, where
Yeah,
Listen, I like Dream Theater.
older prog.
I don't know if
I
people-
like some Rush, but I don't like all Rush.
See,
Yeah.
you gotta look at old Genesis.
I don't know if
I'll
you
listen to
consider
old
Dream
Genesis.
Theater
Gentle
prog.
Giant. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway is a phenomenal album.
It's just it's one of those things. I think it's that old style too, like how the recordings are and everything.
Fuck
The-
it,
the
man,
older
you
prog
gotta
style.
hear-
Because I don't know if you ever consider a Dream Theater prog. Because I love
Yeah,
that.
Dream Theater. They were
I
like one of
love
the
that
first-
album. What was the album?
They
It
were
was
like the first prog metal band.
what was the one that was at that play? That big ass fucking
Didn't Rush
play
come out
they
before?
did. That was like they should do a movie about.
Oh, that was Dream Theater.
Oh, I'm saying what's the name of the album?
Oh, The Astonishing. Love the
That
fuck
right there
out
would
of
be
that.
an amazing fucking movie. Because I mean, literally, they fucking had the whole damn movie in the fucking music. I loved it. That I like Dream Theater, but that I don't know if that was a different style of prog because it was like it's
Yeah,
That
I
was
mean,
just
it's
rock
different.
opera. That was just a straight up.
Progressive-
Yeah, I love
yeah,
rock operas.
A lot of people
I
will
love
explain
them.
how progressive like rock or progressive metal works is that it's a change from everything else. Everyone, progressive anything is
It's about
progressing
odd time
forward.
signatures
Yeah.
and
My thing was some of them were just so goddamn long.
Surprisingly,
You're like, okay, this
yeah.
song's dragging on way too fucking
See,
long.
that's another thing. Like I
the
was
thing
thinking
about
in my
prog
head,
was the original idea with prog music was rock artists were taking rock music away from the blues and adding a classical sense to the structure of the songs. That's why you got suites that were 20 and 30 minutes long. And eventually other artists started throwing jazz in there because jazz is a much more technical style of music as opposed to classical. And
It didn't really have much structure to jazz, too. Jazz was ones where
it was just free.
you
A lot
have
of
the
it was
weird
free.
fucking notes that do not fucking play.
yeah,
But
I mean,
Yeah.
you play it, you
And
play
so
one thing, and there's never anything.
That's when
never
you,
the same
that's
twice.
when
Yeah,
you started
never.
getting other genres like the jazz fusion and stuff. And so other people, like with the invention of prog metal, they just took those original progressive rock ideals and mixed them with heavy distortion, basically.
the closest thing I thought
So
prog when I was a kid
It's awesome.
was the
Yeah.
wall. That's the biggest thing I thought was prog when I was a kid was the wall.
and
it's a
was,
long ass song.
like,
I love the movie. I love the laser light shows.
When you look at and even when you look at
Shiny lights.
man, they were one of the more mainstream
But it was-
prog fucking bands back in the day.
I love because it was a big ass story
But
they told.
used to do
that's
those
amazing.
25
So much
minute
imagery.
songs. Like Echoes is over 20 minutes.
That's why Zappa didn't do nothing for him. I'm like, what the fuck's this guy doing? He's like random fucking like Monty Python skits in the middle of a fucking song. What the fuck you doing, dude?
Oh, by the way, Monty Python skits. That reminds me. We definitely have to. You definitely need to listen to Devin Townsend's album with the Z.
Oh yeah.
Because the first part, it's a two-part album, right? It's two different discs. The first half is just metal. You know, it's straight up prog metal. There's nothing interesting. I mean, it's Devin Townsend. It's always interesting, but it's not. But that second part of that album, holy shit! It's like space Broadway.
That sounds cool.
It's so amazing. Like, it's about, like, you have this dude who's a fucking captain superhero type thing, and he's like, I will destroy you, and then they're like, and Captain Insano came down to destroy him. What do you mean? He's doing voices and shit, and he's like, I will destroy you. I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then, like, there's these epic fucking songs in between it. I mean, that whole second half of that album, I'm just like, this is best thing I've ever heard.
It's like, when did the drugs kick in? Like,
and
oh my
you have
god.
to, I mean, from beginning of the second half, like I said, the first half, it has like introductions of stuff, but it's a good metal prog metal album. That second half though, holy shit. I mean, listening to it, you'll be like, I need to hear that all over again. That was the most fantastic space story, superhero, villain, alien thing.
That's one thing I was doing
with
with you. Like, prog is one of the harder genres to
so
get
much
into.
No.
Because for some piece, when you hear music, you want to hear like the short 3-minute song.
Certain patterns.
Boom, 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 boom. But then we get these. They're
Prog is
best
giant
prog,
stories.
right.
It's like telling a story through a song.
What I
and
found
it's hard to get into.
Yeah,
and some of them are really fucking good.
In the 3 years I've been actually diving really hard into prog, what I've found is that the best prog is the ones that can tell you a full story and throw out the fucking book and just say, you know what, we're gonna do whatever we can and just throw it into this song, and this whole album is just gonna be like that's pretty much what I feel. You're creating. And
That's the reason I like Dream Theater, because
bad prog is when it gets boring, like Tool. So
Ooh. Shots fired, motherfucker. Shots fired.
Speaking of 7
Suck
to
a
10 minute
dick.
songs, Thank You Scientist is how you do 7 to 10 minute songs. I wasn't bored.
I think Tool did get a lot of fucking flack for that. Their songs being on
We're not going to talk about it. Don't get me started. Look, if you want to hear my thoughts on Tool, go watch
that fucking new album is decisive. I saw
Go
that
watch
shit.
that
You got
Tool.
people who hate that shit. Fucking like Tool fans are like, that shit's garbage. We don't want this fucking 7-minute, 8-minute
I
long
don't
shit.
consider
And
it
people who
garbage.
love it.
My
It's-
buddy-
I do not consider it garbage. I
See,
consider.
I'm a
half
prison
the
sex
album
sober kind of
boring as
person.
fuck.
My buddy,
I like all Tool.
Jason Lloyd, who runs horrorphilia.com. Check out our podcast and many other podcasts on that website.
Plug that in.
Plugs.
Jason Lloyd
Shameless
fucking
plugs.
hates the album. But I'm like, man, I fucking love it.
I don't hate the album.
I
just
like it. In
don't-
fact, we got a Tool album finally after so long. But I've always been a sober prison sex kind of person. I love
Right.
that
That's why The Tempest
style.
is my favorite song on there,
That's-
because that's how Tool shit sounds.
That's my favorite Tool. I'm not their big fan of this kind of their prog style, but it sounds good. I like it. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I can understand how some people are like, we wanted this kind of Tool, not this Tool.
Lateralis is my least favorite album by the
Lateralis is my #1 favorite.
See,
Right, but you can see the
The
difference.
prog guy
though.
loves
You
Lateralis.
can see the difference
The
where we're
fucking
coming
new metal
from.
guys
Like,
like
you're talking to two guys who probably their favorite album is Anema. So,
exactly. But see,
Something
that's
like-
what's so cool about Tool is that they speak to two
And
completely
what
different
makes me
genres of TP.
makes me hopeful that if they do make another album,
Another
I
20th.
hope they
We'll be
go
fucking
to-
senior citizens by the time the fucking shit
Right,
goes.
yeah. Well, yeah, my kids will have kids by that time.
Like, hey, Sonny, listen to this shit. It's the new Tool sound.
Right? Oh, my crackle! What were you doing? I tried to headbang. My head went this way and didn't go back.
So, alright, let's go back.
All
Any final thoughts on Thank You?
Yeah, we're still on me. I forgot. No. Thank you, scientists. Thank you for making that album. I'm definitely gonna check out the rest of their stuff. I'm pretty sure it's just as good.
Sounds good.
Yeah, let's go to
So-
Josh and skip Travis real quick. Travis
Okay, you know what? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, let's
Let's
get
try
Josh.
it.
Let's get Josh.
Okay, Ghost.
Ghost.
Because I didn't get into
now
Ghost.
This is new. This is like again, let me remind you, this is to show you things that we have just recently gotten into.
Is it Meliora?
I've
Travis told me
Ghost since Infestissimum when that album was new.
I've heard a song or two, but I didn't know who they were. Travis told me about.
Like, I knew Ghost BC, but I was like,
Ghost
who the fuck
BC.
is Ghost BC?
Yeah. Well, see,
so
Travis
I never got into it.
Travis told me about one of the friends who was in a music video for Ghost BC. I was like, cool, Cersei. So I looked it up. And one day I was at Best Buy. I was like, Travis, the fucking new album, Meliora's out. It's $1.99.
Cersei.
Did I fucking say something wrong?
Cerise? It's like Cersei. What the fuck is Cersei?
Cersei.
Cerise. That's the song name.
Circee. Cersei. Who gives a fuck?
The song's called Cerise. Are we talking about the same song?
Well,
I don't think
who
there's
the
a song
fuck
called
cares?
Cersei.
Dude, we're
Who the fuck is Cersei?
Me and Travis are three sheets to the fucking wind.
Like-
You're the only sober person here. Shut
He's
up.
laughing about it because he understands that Cersei's fucking wrong.
Just call me Cersei.
He can be shit to the wind, all he knows. He goes, that's so wrong.
I've heard plenty of people call it Cersei. Well,
No, they're wrong.
I was at Best Buy and I saw, hey, Travis.
Can't
I was
learn
like,
from idiots.
I told Travis, I'm like, Travis, Meliora is $1.99. I thought it was a single. It was the full fucking album at Best Buy for sale for $1.99 because they thought it.
Yeah, you so got lucky. I was so pissed when I saw that too. I was like, you motherfucker.
I bought 2 copies, gave Travis a copy. I'm like,
You
dude.
bought 4. You should buy one for each of us.
Well, I didn't
Remember
think,
that next time that happens.
I didn't think about it until I got home. I was like, they were like, oh well, yeah, we should. It's supposed to be $19.99,
Right,
but we
you should
fucked
like,
up.
damn, I
Made
have
it
more
$1.99.
friends.
I was like, damn, I should have went up there and bought like every fucking version they had.
You get it. You get a ghost album.
Yeah,
you get a ghost album.
That was my first one. I was like, this shit's fucking awesome. Because then I got into I got Square Hammer as a Pope Star. Pope Star.
Great.
Fucking amazing album. And then of course our best one that came out fucking the new one that just came out
last year.
Prequel came out because I had fucking pre-ordered the fucking the version that's supposed to come with the
enjoyed Prequel.
mask.
I
I never
like
got
that.
that shit, so I only got the digital version. So we had to cancel that shit because they never sent me the fucking. I was supposed to get the plague mask and all that shit. It pissed me off because after the fucking
I got
corn
the
debacle.
CD and the cassette.
That was the last time I bought a cool fucking special edition. Was that corn box up there?
Wasn't that cool?
I know it was supposed to have been cool, but
Right,
it fucking
it was
cheaped
like
out.
we were really hoping that it was like gonna play
Well,
records.
they
and
advertised
shit.
it was supposed
And
to be
doesn't-
good.
It does. It's like a little sound box that's
Yeah.
built into it, and you're like,
No, it's not
really?
even a sound box. It's a fucking digital bullshit.
You get more entertainment
They
with
promised
a
us
pop-up
a fucking actual fucking. They promised us an actual fucking music box. They gave us a
Yeah.
little digital bullshit. Like, man, that's bullshit.
They Fallout 76.
Yeah,
that's
They fucked us over. They Bethesda's the
They
shit out of
Bethesda
us.
the shit out of us. Those Bethesda took a note and they're like, we should do that.
Yeah, they
That
took a
came
note
out
for
before
fucking
that.
guys.
Here, have a canvas bag.
Yeah.
It's made
of
out of
nylon.
yarn.
You know what's funny? I'm glad I canceled my pre-order for that fucking helmet.
Because
I wanted the helmet.
mold. It grows mold.
No,
in
no,
it?
no, no.
No, it wasn't that
That's
one.
the
It was
GameStop
it was a
version.
GameStop version. It was red. It was the
Yeah, there's
Nuka
two
Cola version.
versions.
But I wanted it. It's like, dude, a fucking because I already had the fucking Pit Boy
You got that
edition.
Pit Boy.
It's on my shelf at the
Should have
house.
got it though. It's pretty cool.
I wanted to, but I was like,
Makes sounds
some
and everything.
told me don't get it. I
This
bought
man pre-ordered it the night they announced it, and then like
Within
a
the
couple weeks
fucking 30
later, he
minutes.
was like canceled.
I like cancel shit. I had a bad feeling about it, and I was fucking right.
I enjoyed Fallout 76. I played it for
I
like 6
did.
months
I
straight.
actually okay. All right, we're off topic, but I actually enjoyed it for the first few couple weeks because I was like, this is cool. But after a while, when they started doing all this extra bullshit they said they weren't going to do, and they started doing this shit, I was like, nah, fuck
See,
this.
you fell into the hype, man. I
didn't fall in the. See,
I had a buddy of mine.
I didn't buy the game.
Yeah.
I got it free because I bought an Xbox One.
I had a buddy of mine.
Well, One X. I
know
had to get the best
Yeah,
version.
I had a buddy of mine over in Europe. I talked to him on Twitch, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want Fallout 76?" And I was like, "Sure," because he was gonna play it, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll take it. What do you want it on? I'll take it on Xbox because my PC at the time couldn't run it."
That's understandable.
So I took it on Xbox, and I
it sucked on Xbox too because the graphics couldn't handle it.
I played
shit.
it up until
Garbage.
Borderlands came out. Borderlands 3. I haven't touched it since September, but I played it.
Is that game any good? I haven't played it.
If
I
you
wanted
like
to give it a
Borderlands 2,
chance,
you'll like Borderlands
but
3.
I
Is that how it
hate
works?
the fucking Epic Store. I don't want to deal with it.
Oh, just play it on the Xbox.
Or
You can get together. I mean, it plays just as good on PC and Xbox. It don't matter.
Because I got all the consoles.
Yeah.
I don't think no one should choose.
Buy it on
one of them.
Xbox. When it goes to Steam, buy it on Steam. This is how it works. No,
'Cause I had Fortnite when it first came out. I bought the paid version.
Gaming
of Fortnite.
off. Game off. Borderlands 3 is good. Alright, so whatever, Ghost, got it.
Ghost. Ghost is phenomenal because they take this,
Gotta mediate.
dare I say, poppy approach to rock music,
Oh, fucking God.
and it is so melodic. It is so great.
Like a Beatles approach.
Well, the fact that
Metal
they fucking they shocked the world when they fucking took the music award for fucking heavy metal.
The Grammy.
The Grammys, or people were like, what the fuck? Who's Ghost? Because it was great because it used to be Ghost BC because they couldn't have the name Ghost until after when prequel came out. I think
They had to sue for the rights.
They eventually got the rights to have the word
Right,
called
but they
Ghost. So
sued for
now
it.
it's Ghost BC here. Then afterwards it became Ghost.
Yeah, like their first 3 albums are Ghost BC. Or
Yeah.
first 2 albums or something. And you can, and it won't say Ghost on their old albums. If you look them up or anything, you can only find them through Ghost BC.
BC, yeah. Infestium. Shit, I can't remember the
I
ones.
don't remember. I know, like I said,
Opus Eponymous.
I've heard of
Opus,
Ghost, like,
yeah, Opus.
That one is
yeah.
so fucking
I've heard
good.
of Ghost BC, but I never heard them. And
They were
then-
more churchy then. It sounded like bombastic Latin churches. But fucking when Meliora came out and it became this this fucking heavy,
I
that
love
fucking
Meliora,
80s
yeah.
metal style.
Man,
That shit. I'm so
love
glad
Ghost.
you told me about that fucking band. I was like, dude, this shit is the best.
Cerise is such a good fucking song.
And
Like,
people talk
that
so much
song-
shit about Ghost, but the thing is like
they are metal in a way. I mean,
it's
they're
metal to me.
And I can see how some people don't like prequel so much because it's not as good as
Listen to
Meliora.
Faith.
It's not as metally
it's
as Metal
very-
Pel-
it's-
But he's already said the
prequels-
next album is going to be like Meliora again. It's
yeah,
going.
Faith
He's going
was
back.
such a good song on that album though too. Like I loved
I fucking loved Rats and Dance Macabre though. That shit was
Dance
great.
Macabre. Was fucking
Prequel
nuts.
is a phenomenal
That was actually
album.
for the longest time. That's I just recently took, but that's actually my wake up call. Like
Nice.
that's what wakes me up every morning with like I wake up to like the
Lucifer.
But on the song Rats, the breakdown at the end is fucking amazing. I love that breakdown.
What made me
it does.
sad is that they didn't do that breakdown into the next song.
Yeah, that would have been
Well, I
great.
really wanted
they
it
broke
to
down
be
right to the end of the
continuation.
fucking song. That
Like I
kinda
wanted
sucked.
it, I would have been fine if Faith was pushed up a little bit to the 4th song instead of the 3rd one, because I really wanted to hear Rats that chugging sound into another song.
Yeah, because that
Like
end
I
was
would have been like,
amazing.
yes, that's so metal.
That-
I mean, it's the most metal fucking riff at the end, and you're like, and then it
was.
just goes into Faith, and you're like, you kind of broke it.
That is a good point because that fucking ending is like that's a great metal breakdown.
It's a good
the
metal
video
riff.
is fucking amazing. You got these fucking chicks dancing, they're like head banging through this, and then it just ends like what? You had such a great build up and then nothing. It's like fucking getting right to the edge of climax and like blue balls.
But what's so fun about Ghost is the fact that
It's all written by one guy.
no, they don't take it serious.
I love his YouTube videos. This shit
it's
pop
sick.
up.
Like-
They
the
killed off
lore.
all the fucking
The
papas.
Ghost lore is fantastic. The amount of thought put in the lore for Ghost.
His YouTube
The
channel
fact
is amazing.
that the 2 newest songs are Ghost from the 60s and it's the old Papa's version of Ghost is phenomenal. And they go for a 60s vibe
Yeah,
of those songs.
It's like in the videos, like he does on
Fucking
YouTube, is
phenomenal.
great. He sees the world like he saw the nun who was like injured. She's old as shit, but he sees her as this beautiful chick. He's all fucking, and he's young in the video still. So it gives a hope that Papa's coming back because we're not gonna have Cardinal no more.
that video was in the 60s when
Yeah.
that old Papa and that old nun
But
were
Papa
young.
Zero is what it was.
Yeah, Papa Zero, or at least the first Papa.
But it was kind of cool when they killed off. Everyone's like, "Are they going to kill off all the fucking extra Papas?" And they showed the video on YouTube, and they're like, "Yeah, they fucking killed him."
They
Like,
killed
yeah.
Papa Emeritus 1, 2, and 3.
But it was so cool when the Cardinal
We
rolled
get
up on that
Cardinal.
fucking little fucking
Yeah.
trike with his boombox and shit.
The Ghost lore is awesome, and a lot of people don't appreciate this band because they just don't understand the whole idea.
Yeah, I consider Tobias Forge is a fucking genius.
Yeah,
He is, because I love how
they're
he
taking. I love the satanic aspect. I'm a borderline Satanist.
Borderline.
Borderline. I believe in aliens. That's how far we're gonna go with this right now. But I'm a major fan of satanic imagery and lore.
So I love Demi Borger.
And but the fact that Ghost
boring.
take satanic music and give it a sort of pop approach and have
It is very
become.
fucking poppy.
Yeah,
and especially Papa Zero.
and
he is very fucking. He's like. He's a happy-go-lucky fucking
Yes.
version of the
Beatles.
fucking Pope.
Yes.
Which you don't expect with Satanism.
That's what Ghost is.
Yes,
Ghost
and
is if
when
the Beatles
they-
are like, let's
They
chug.
became right now. They're one of the biggest bands in rock music right
And
now.
that's pissing off a
They're
lot of
getting up there.
metalheads.
Like
though.
a lot of people are comparing them to Metallica. When you start doing that, you're getting up there.
Now,
And a lot of people are pissed because of that, because they don't like because they
And
don't consider it
understand.
metal. They don't consider it ghost
I
metal.
mean, it's not
fucking metal.
necessarily-
It's just not the same metal you're used
it's
to.
a style of metal, you know. I'm easier to call them rock.
I mean, because death metal is very satanic. This just happens to get rid of the screaming and the growling,
this
but give it more orchestral and
this
fucking
throws
church
this
organ,
takes
and you
satanic
fuck got it.
music and brings it to the masses. What a better way to bring the message of Satan to the fucking masses.
Which one was
This is the ultimate deception right here.
What was the
In
last
a
Papa?
apocalypse world, in an apocalypse world, right? In a world, let's say we're living in the
in time?
end times, the Revelation, right? This is the ultimate. Ghost is the ultimate allegory for what would ultimately
Antichrist.
be the
They're
Antichrist.
the Antichrist.
Exactly, because they're bringing so many people into their sound and their message with this pop sensibility, this accessible sound that anybody can get down to. But they're preaching this satanic message. It's such a great contrast and parody of the shit people have been fed for generations.
See,
Ghost, like you said, Tobias Forge is a fucking genius.
He is. He's
All the freaking way.
And I love the fact that you never his band itself, the Ghouls, the Nameless Ghouls and Nameless and Faceless Ghouls. You never know who. And I love how some of the rumors like Dave Grohl's played with them. The new band is a bunch. I think
That's
it's
not
like,
a rumor. No, he's like.
Why? Everyone knows now that he did play with them. But like knew that the chick that plays fucking guitar now is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But you said the story. I like how. What was the last Papa? The one that was from Meliora?
Papa 3.
Papa 3. See, I love Square Hammer. The music video for that is just fucking amazing.
Square hammock.
Square Hammer. I get a little dry mouth because of alcohol.
Square hammock.
See, when we drink a lot of alcohol, we get a little thirsty.
Square hummus.
And I've been smoking fucking herb.
Square hummus.
Square hummus.
Square hummus.
But see, those Papas,
I love Square Hammer.
His
That's
sons,
just so good.
his fucking ancestry were all fucking. They're more darker and more poppy. But I love how happy Papa Zero always
I
seems
just
to be.
enjoy the sound of it. Like,
It is, and it's
such,
cool because
like,
they even go with the fact that
he is just such a fucking.
he is
He
fucking
is.
amazing.
It's such
What
a
is so great about he
fucking,
is.
like choir boy
It
music.
is.
and
It
you're just
sounds like you took a church
all about
song.
Satan, but okay.
You took church song, took God out, and put Satan in there. and boom, that's
Exactly.
it.
But he never says it.
Is,
But-
it
yeah,
is.
He never says it.
Oh, he never says it, but it's implied because
Right,
of the many names.
because of
and
all their other stuff.
He's
I mean,
the
Well, they
force
call him
that
the morning-
made
He's
me
the
be.
one.
Yeah.
The
Well,
one to
he
need to.
Well, they also refer to the pit. We all know what the pit.
love that
the
one.
morning
Pinnacle
star.
To the pit. No, morning
Pinnacle to the
Lucifer,
pit.
morning
Lucifer,
star.
morning star. The the brightest
Just-
one.
yeah.
God's chosen.
Yeah.
But the cool thing is that
Eleanor was their most, I think, their most satanic album of all.
Well, even
like,
though
It really
prequels,
was. It really
prequels
was.
got some Satanist shit in there too. Like one of my favorites is
Right,
out
but it's
of
not
all
as
of
blatantly
the
obvious,
demons
though,
I
as-
prequel was
know,
more apocalyptic.
None of them.
It was more Four
compare to
Horsemen.
you.
Because that's what the whole thing was about.
prequel
Apocalypse.
is technically prequel is supposed to be like their prequel.
Yeah.
Like it's
It's
supposed
apocalyptic
to be what
more-
builds
it's more
up to
apocalyptic.
Melanora.
Melanora. Meliora. Sorry.
Meliora.
Meliora.
Meliora. So prequel is technically like it's like how we see movies. You know, you watch a sequel and then someone's like, "Let's."
But is this a prequel to Opus Eponymous?
Yeah, it's which one is it a prequel to? That's
Right.
the question.
You don't know.
But see, that's what I love about it. Is that
Is it prequel to Zero?
they're not trying to bring about the end of the
That's why
world
they
because
brought
you
him
can't
up.
have one without the other. You got to have the
You
good
think about
pope
it.
and the bad pope.
You thinking about it though? Is it a prequel to Zero? So you have this. You have. What's his character?
Who knows? You have to, Tobias is the only one who knows.
Well,
what
the new
fucking
character
story.
is Cardinal Copia.
Right.
But he's gone after
Cardinal,
the next-
Cardinal
the next
Copia, right? Is
They're going back
is,
to Papa.
is before Zero.
Well, Cardinal Copia can become a Papa.
That is
He
true,
could
but
be-
see, but
he
that's
could be
what's so
Papa
cool about the
Zero.
other one, because Papa, all the Papas were his children, it's his sires, but for some reason he killed off his sires for some damn
Right,
reason.
so we don't really know where Cardinal reigns. Is he
Copia.
Cardinal Copia reigns from? Is he a prequel to Zero, or is he a prequel to
Well,
the next?
I mean, he's not a prequel to any of them because he's the fourth incarnation of Ghost.
I mean, it could be a
technically
prequel to the
in the story,
apocalypse.
though, like in the story wise.
And story-wise, he comes after Papa 3. Papa 3 was taken off stage by the guards
Yep.
and murdered.
Yep, they took him off,
And they ran out of people who were Papas, so they chose to get the Cardinal. And that's when he comes rolling in on the trike and the boombox. And
But
That's right.
like in the video on the Rats, he's riding a white horse. He's Death.
no.
Prequel to the whole four horsemen of the apocalypse. This is the end times. That's what. That's why I think. It might not
It's
be,
interpretation.
but it's prequel. It would be the beginning of the apocalypse, the prequel to the apocalypse, because he rides the white horse, which is Death.
So check out Ghosts. That's
Very
what we've been talking about for the last 30 minutes.
well, because we can go on about ghosts. We love some fucking
I
ghosts.
love
Yeah,
Ghosts.
That's
Ghosts
fucking
is awesome.
Because you never know what the fuck this guy's thinking.
But I really want to hear what Travis's number one is.
All right, Travis, you're up, big guy.
Well, he's
My number one. We talked about, I had mentioned that my number 2 and 1 are very similar in the fact that they take satanic
All right, so what was your number 2 again?
Was Zeal and Ordor.
Zeal and Ardor.
They take
Let's see, what
satanic
can we think of
music and mix it with something you wouldn't expect to be to work well with satanic
What
music.
could that be?
It is a group called Twin Temple.
He said number one.
Never heard of them either.
They
He
are
never
guessed
played it
that
for
one.
me. He never played it for me, so.
they are a satanic doo-wop band.
Oh my god.
Of course you'd love that.
And it is
You're up, Shabbat.
phenomenal. It is fronted by a female. Can't remember her name. But all the songs on this album, they've only got one album called, and what's so great is they have this 60s vibe. It's like Twin Temple bringing you the satanic sounds. Shit like that. And
Maybe I have heard them. That
like
sounds familiar.
look at this. This is what they're looking like.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I think that sounds for fucking.
They used to be.
I got into necromantics for a long time.
They used to be part of
Shit
a
like that.
punk band in California. Then they started the Twin Temple, and just it's all about it's really got this 70s satanic cult vibe to it, but the music is very much 50s inspired.
I've listened to it because I was listening to necromantics and I started listening to all those fucking those really dark satanic fucking swing bands like that. I think they came up once. Cause I remember that dude looks familiar. as
But
shit.
the music is straight up doo-wop, but with lyrics about witches, being in love with Satan. Like one of my favorite lyrics on this album is something like she says something. It's a song about basically she's writing a letter to the devil, a love note to the devil, and she says something like "You're a better kisser than Jesus," and I fucking love that line. It's very tongue in cheek, but they take it serious. Like it is just so fucking good. It's got this feminist Satan vibe to it because it's fronted by the lady. But damn, there's a song called "Satan is a Woman." But Lucifer, my love, Lucifer, my love, so fucking good. It's doo-wop played straight, but with satanic lyrics. Love songs for the devil, love songs for the macabre. There's I know how to hex you. Fucking love this album. I mean, it sounds like the music that our grandparents would be playing on their massive record player dresser combo. while they had a Tupperware party or something. You know, that's what it fucking sounds like, and it brings all kinds of different imagery that involves satanic stuff. Like, let me look at some of these song titles so I can remember what I'm talking about here. But I bought the on their website. I bought the Devil's Deal bundle, where you got the special edition version CD that was signed, and it comes with a special hidden track that's not on any other version that is a satanic ritual. And it was so funny. I was listening to the album when I was cleaning up one day, and Stas came home from work. And when she came home from work, it was on that satanic ritual. And there's this creepy organ music in the background, and she's saying shit like, "Hail Satan! Hail Lilith!" And Stas is like, "Who are we hailing Satan? This is what you listen to when you wash the dishes?"
Our Archangel, Dark Angel, lend me thy line for fucking
Right,
Cradle of Filth. We used to fucking pray. We do that shit every fucking day.
Shit. Oh god.
But let me play a little clip here.
Sounds like you're at Steak and Shake.
Right.
So it's like Satan meets Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
A satanic Amy
If
Winehouse.
Amy Winehouse rose from the dead from hell and was like, I think I should sing more. Yeah, that sounds like Amy Winehouse. I dig it. I wouldn't listen to this in my car, but I dig it.
Oh, I'd blare it through my fucking super sick stereo system. Make everyone around me listen to it too.
Sunday morning, driving by a church.
I would literally pull up to the church with it fucking blaring out. I was like,
Songs
listen to
about
this shit.
sex, magic, and I know how to hex you. I'm
Oh
wicked.
yeah, sexual
just-
magic.
I love the fuck out of this album, and you're definitely on the nose there with. It's as if Amy Winehouse was a Satanist.
Yeah.
And oh my god, I fucking love it. It's one of my favorite albums of the year, if not the number one album of
We'll
the
find
year.
out.
I mean, it's
time.
highly recommended. Twin Temple, I mean, fuck. Because I love doo-wop music. And I love Satan shit. Both of them coming
He
together.
was sad
to
when the Big
form-
Bopper died.
Both of them come together to form one massive,
He wasn't
amazing
alive then.
combination. Love the shit out of it. Because nobody really fucks with doo-wop music anymore. You know?
No.
And hell,
I mean, Adele tried it.
resurrect that shit with some Satanist vibe. Fucking do it. I'm totally down with that. But yeah, the bundle I bought came with the CD signed. I got a shirt. I got a pamphlet that says something like, let me show you. I got a bunch of stickers. I have you accepted Satan as your Lord and Savior? Fucking love the shit out of this stuff.
Satan wants it.
Love the shit out of this stuff. Twin Temple, my number one band, everybody should check out. Definitely. Now, I need a cigarette. Ghost, Twin Temple, thank you, scientists. That has been our top 5 bands. You guys.
Ghost
need to-
would be the most more mainstream.
Yeah, probably
They've
the one
been-
most everybody.
Everyone
knows.
should have heard about Ghost by now because everyone's like, they took the Grammys by storm.
Yeah.
Nah.
If you want, like, to me.
If you haven't heard of Ghost,
scientists.
then you live on a fucking rock.
At least you're not crawling to it this time.
Yeah, at least I'm not crawling to it, but I am pretty wasted right now. So we will see you guys next time.
Hey, I figured out.